Welcome, Rainbow Six Siege fans, the Canadian Collegiate League third place matchup. Tonight, two incredible teams, Seneca Esports and the University of Waterloo, will go head-to-head for a spot on the podium. While the grand finals are a little out of reach at this point, this matchup, though, promises to deliver its own share of drama because both teams are coming off very hard-fought semifinal battles and are hungry to end their season on a high note. I'm your host, Zach Vexel, joined as always by my lovely pancake-loving enthusiast, Bianca, here on the desk. How are we feeling today, Bianca?
Oh, I'm feeling great this Monday evening. Hopefully everybody's feeling good off of the weekend because the weekend's gone, and now that means that the CCL League, almost the CCL League runs up yet again. Like you said, this is going to determine who is going to come in third place. You guys have seen these teams multiple times, and if you're watching last stream that me and Zach were playing, and you would recognize that one of these teams is going to be here to fight for their place for third.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the road that these teams have fought in order to get to this moment. Take a look at the bracket right now. Your playoffs bracket sitting right in front of you. Here we are in the third place matchup. Seneca Polytechnics versus the University of Waterloo. Both of them fighting, I have to say, monumental opponents. St. Clair Saints, undefeated all season long, going to make their way into the finals. ETS looked phenomenal. Bianca, we were there last Wednesday. We saw what happened, and wow was really the way that I was able to walk away from that matchup. And I'm going to be interested to see how this one goes because Seneca really looked great back on last week's Monday against St. Clair, the undefeated ones.
I did not get to see that game, so this is going to be a whole new playing field for me. I mean, hey, look, I'm sure that Seneca had fought hard and well, but like we've said, St. Clair being undefeated is definitely going to be an interesting one. But for today is, of course, that third place. We watched Waterloo last Wednesday, I believe, and so now we're going to be seeing them play again against Seneca for this regular CCL Monday stream.
Absolutely, University of Waterloo and Seneca. So let's head on over to see who's on the lineup for Seneca Polytechnics and check it out and see who's going to be playing tonight against your University of Waterloo. We do have Zosic, Aiden JS, Crayon, Varix, and Khan who are going to be kicking out there on the field. I'm super excited for this lineup. These are the teams who we saw go out last week. I'm ready to see them put it all out on the line again this week. Now we got one more team, though, to take a look at and see who their opposition is on the University of Waterloo. It's Oogs, Ironic, Mod, Gugger, and Dark.
Oh my gosh, amazing team. We saw them, like I said, play last week. And of course, we also saw Seneca play last week as well. So this will hopefully be a great game. Hopefully, it'll be 3 maps. They will give us a run, or the other teams a run for their money, as you know, this is that third place. I mean, not like anybody remembers third, but nobody definitely remembers fourth. So that means that they gotta definitely get in the mood, get in the swing of things. You got any biases for who you think you want to win tonight, Mr. Zach?
Any biases for who I want to win? I can't say in particular. I have to say I'm super excited to see the Seneca roster because of their performance against St. Clair. Waterloo, I came in with a lot of expectations last week Wednesday, seeing them on some of their favorite maps, and it just felt like there was a couple missing pieces. So I'm really hoping, though, that this week they come in, they've changed some things up, they've watched back the VODs, and they've really pulled it together. So what about some of your opinions, Ms. Bianca?
Well, like it was last week, I had a little bit of a bias towards the boys on Waterloo. I haven't really gotten to see Seneca play that much, especially their individual players, so I'm excited to see what they'll bring to the table tonight. And speaking of what the players will bring to the table tonight, let's take a look at the players to look out for on either of these teams. On Waterloo, we're gonna have Mr. Gugger. We had him at last week. And on the side of Seneca, we're going to have Crayon. We can see their comparisons between their entries and their cost, and of course their KDs and their overall ratings.
Both these players sitting in a very nice positive ratio, 176 and 122 for Gugger. That is astounding. You know, he's 50 kills above his death count. That is some really outstanding stuff right there, and he's going to be going head-to-head against Crayon, 157 and 122. Both of them having a really great entry number. I want to say, you know, above 50% is really great in my opinion.
Great. I agree. I think that's amazing. Both of them seem to be contributing. We'll see if they're going to be able to contribute that much as well this game coming up. I hope
Absolutely.
so.
Let's go and see and take a look at what maps we will be headed to today. And it's going to be the first map, Night Haven, picked by Waterloo. The second map is going to be Seneca on Clubhouse. They are going to take attack first. The interesting one for me, though, is going to Consulate for the last one. University of Waterloo picked this one. We saw a similar situation last week, Wednesday, Bianca, and I'm going to be interested to see if we do get to that point, what the final count is going to be. But we have to get on into game number 1 to see who we're banning and picking for operators this time around. It's go time, Bianca. It's game time. It's time for the third place matchup between Seneca Esports versus the University of Waterloo.
Any predictions for bans? Let me know. You think we're going to see a Monty?
You know what? It is a strong possibility. We could easily see a Monty. Information operators have been doing phenomenal lately. We're looking at the Fenrir's, the Azamis, who put in some great work on a map like this. It is going to be the Monty who gets removed first by Seneca, and I mean, no surprise there. We talk about information operators, and the guy is a walking camera. He's going to be moving forward, pushing up ever so slightly until the moment you can get him inside, get him on site, and then he just drops down and goes and gets the plant off. And it's going to be Ash for the second ban right here by Waterloo. What do you think about that one?
Honestly, the only thing that I can think of is a Mira. Maybe the boys on Waterloo end up wanting to use Mira on their defense, and they think that let's get rid of the Ash. Also, Ash is great to use down below when you're trying to counter for bandit tricking on that main wall upstairs. If you know what I'm talking about, I think it's called. Is it called IT? Or is it like a little kind of garage kind of thing? Anyways, I digress. Moving. That's the only thing that I can think of. Honestly, I feel like Ash is kind of a weird one, especially if they're on attack first. That makes me think maybe they have other plans for defense. But regardless, we're gonna see a Vigil come out on the defense side, Waterloo's pick, and a Tubarão, which makes the most sense. The Vigil and the Ash are definitely there's better operators, but who knows?
It seems a little bit targeted, you know, and when I see someone like Ash get knocked out of here, I'm thinking entry fragging. I'm thinking who's going for the running and gunning and who's going to be trying to get in there swiftly and try to find themselves that opening pick. So getting the Ash out of there, and then you could honestly say the same thing about Vigil. Boss G Vigil, I'm going to go for, quick little cheeky spawn peek, one of my favorite things to see, but, you know, knocking out of here, it's not going to be an option, not going to be something playable. Now we are headed on into game number 1, round number 1. It's setup phase time, and the matchup is just getting started. Super exciting stuff, and here we go.
Let's see how these boys decide to set up on that defense. Of course, a zombie being on the board, she will be able to be utilized, and not all the time, but I think most of the time, teams will opt to have that Mira. So having that Ash band is definitely going to be a little bit of a pain. I mean, especially because, you know, I feel like Ash is a main contributor for being able to kind of get rid of Miras. But regardless, they are also going to have a Callie that will assist them greatly. And we'll see how well that goes for the boys on Waterloo. I believe we saw them go here on Wednesday. So we'll see how well it turns out this time on Monday. And there goes that first Mira, which they just absolutely shoot and destroy. So with that, it seems like they'll start to get open some walls. But as I was saying this before, I give it off to you. Night Haven is a great map, but a great route of success, or a route for success when attacking on Night Haven, is to have 2 points of entry and to kind of funnel through those both areas. So we'll see this main breach get open, but I'm really curious to know where the other attackers are going to flood in from, because I think a recipe for success attacking on Night Haven would be having 2 points of entry for your team.
Well, with the main breach open, so far things are going very slowly but surely in favor of Waterloo. They're knocking down some util, they're gaining some ground on the map, and take a look at this angle set up by the Collie. She's looking to find anyone she can, immediately knock them down, get a very nice swift pick. But I am looking at the lineup of operators on Seneca, and it does feel like they have answers to everything Waterloo's trying to put out, and not to mention a strong lineup that it is. We have the Mirror, we have the Azami, great bunker down operators, we have the Bandit to go ahead and sit there and prevent any sort of hard breach to come their way. Obviously, it didn't work out in that favor. Dark, though, is going to find the opening pick of the series onto Crayon. That bunker down operator is off the board. The Buck able to blow a hole right through her feet.
Well, I will say, if you were to get rid of an operator, I think Mira would be the least damaging for your defensive lineup, as, you know, it's just her Miras, and then maybe you kind of lose that C4, but other than that, I think it's okay. Just about a minute remaining, and here we go. Here's that kind of line, that point of entry that the boys on Waterloo are going to be taking. A 3v4 now, and it's going to be a 3v3 as I say that, because unfortunately, Oops is going to get swung out. Just under a minute now, and these lines are starting to come together. A 2v3, but the zombie is in a bad position. Gets DBA node, and unfortunately, Mr. Varks is left all by himself in a 1v3, but they get a 1v2. Unfortunately, he won't stay alive for that much longer, as the Buck will finish him off. And the first round goes to Waterloo. This is what I'm saying. We had a line, the attackers coming in from main breach, and we also had them coming in from waterfall. That double point of entry is a recipe for success.
Absolutely. Dividing the attention of the defense is going to be your mainstay, in my opinion. If you allow them to sit there and just focus on one point of entry, like you were mentioning, it allows a strategy like we see with their team comp being the Mirror and the Azami to really succeed. Okay, so we can bunker down and we can just dump util on this one side and not have to worry about anything else. Great, cool, we'll take that. University of Waterloo striking first, taking round number 1 on Nighthaven Labs here. They've set the tone early in this third place matchup, showing they're ready to bounce back strong after that semifinals matchup. Let's see if they can continue that pressure. I mean, a win on attack here on Nighthaven, here on what would I would say would be the main site, the primary site that teams love to go to. That's a very nice feeling right out of the gate.
100%. It seems like this lineup is basically the exact same for the defense as it is for the offense as well. We have a little bit of a difference. We are going to have that IQ being swapped in, but it seems like everything else is exactly the same. Of course, having that Valk swapped out instead of the Azami, but it seems like both the teams are going to be going in for basically the exact same thing, trying to emulate what was happening last round. If you're Waterloo, you want the round to go the exact same, but if you're a team like Seneca, you're going to want to change that up, considering that you did end up having to win out in a 1v3 and unfortunately lose right to it. Varks is going to take a little bit of HP, but not enough to take off his life. Along with that, Dark is also quite low as they start to open up this main wall.
You know what they say, if it works, don't fix it. Main breach open yet again, and the strike from the Kali comes on through. You can't give her a pixel of your body. Oogs on the board, finding the opening pick onto Aiden. You gotta watch out for the Kali, and you gotta watch out for a very confident Kali player. I also believe Kali was receiving a little bit of a buff. I could be wrong about that one.
Oh, I'm not too positive either. All I know is I know who's getting a buff, and it's none other than Mr. BB, but nobody's going to be playing him this game, that's for sure. Regardless, the boys in Seneca are going to be on the back foot as they are going to have to defend with that man disadvantage. Coming in through this connector hallway, though, the boys on Waterloo better be careful, and same goes to the boys on Seneca. They're making their way through, but somebody is going to die in the process, and it's going to be Mod D to get taken out from a C4 down below. That's going to be unfortunate for the boys on Waterloo, as the game is now tied at a 4-4.
Man, Pulse, just Valk, Mira, all these characters with the C4s who utilize their information well in that aspect. Zosik with on the Valk, able to I can see on the camera, I know where you're coming from, I know what you're doing, and not to mention he's just battling out a Mira. Oh, come on, you can't walk in there. You can't walk in there, Dark. You gotta watch out for Crayon, who's just chilling nearby. That's really unfortunate. It's 2-2 now in the kill column with 60 seconds to go. And Gugger is gonna lock down Varix and make it now 2-3 in favor of Waterloo. You gotta watch that one. Good one push by Crayon to find Gugger, get the refrag. Crayon getting himself a double kill, knocking down How Ironic, and it all comes down to Oogs, the Collie, the railgun on the hunt.
Oh, poor guy. He's gonna have to manage a 1v2. Not only that, but he's gonna have to do it with a sniper in his hand. We'll see if he's gonna be able to bring home the W, as there is gonna be 20 seconds left. Crayon doing absolutely incredible this round, getting these cheeky little kills. The Vector knows no mercy, and it seems like neither does Crayons. He's gonna finish off Oogs, who does not stand a single chance. And with that, the boys on Seneca will tie out the score to a simple 1-1.
Yeah, when you only have a one in the chamber scenario where you have to make every shot count, you just get put in this difficult one where you got to watch multiple angles as a collie. Good luck, have fun. You hope to land the first one and take a 1-for-1 at least, but in that last stand 1 versus 2 scenario, not likely, not impossible. Seneca Esports fire back in round number 2, evening the score out here on Nighthaven Labs, tying them right back up. Great quick adaptations in their defensive adjustments, showing that they're ready to keep this one live, keep this one going. And honestly, I want to say that was a very much needed win right there. And you know, not just because we were talking about this being such a dominant site, just because, you know, a good start from Waterloo, you're on defense all night. Even there's all these things I can add up right here to say that was a much needed win. Now they're heading down to the basement, though. Let's see if they can keep that momentum rolling.
We will see. I mean, we are going to be at the bottom basement floor, so anything can happen. Now, a little bit of a change of pace. Of course, Waterloo winning upstairs first time around. Seneca to bring it back. This is a whole new playing field, and with a whole new playing field, seems like a near whole new set of operators, not just for the defense, but for the offense. Take a look. We're going to have a glass, and I was going to say, obviously, the Maverick, absolutely crucial to bring here. I mean, I'm sure that smokes are gonna come in handy very well, and as I'm saying that, Madi is gonna take a heck of a lot of damage. I'm not sure what the nugget happened to him, but he's not gonna want to die because he is gonna be a crucial point for his team. As I say that, though, a refrag is gonna come out. A Gug is gonna take one down, but unfortunately, Mr. Zoxstick is gonna take down Dark before he ends up getting picked, and so we're at a 4v4 decently early on already.
And Zosik really just finding the opening pick right there, getting immediately refragged. A good, interesting push in right here. The big thing that stands out to me, though, is Mod is not able to push for that main breach anymore. And if he does want it, he has to delay his breach for so long. Not going to be too healthy for the Maverick player. How Ironic knocking down Crayon. Interesting grouping here, though, from Waterloo. I like the take. I like the approach. It's a little bit different from what we normally see. C4 gets ripped. The Nitro goes off. And How Ironic is down. Khan getting the pickup on the Nitro this time around.
That is going to be unfortunate. The boys on Waterloo are going to be at a tie game. That advantage didn't last them too long, but regardless, a minute and a half now remain in the round. Muddy still hella low HP, and as for Oogs, I need to know what the game plan is. I'm not sure if main breach is even open at all, considering nothing happened. Throwing down these flashes, coming down these stairs, though, are they aware that it is going to be none other than a Warden who's going to take out Mondi, which, I mean, he didn't have much going for him regardless, but in any case, a 2v3, it turns to a 2v2 as Gug is going to pick up a second, and with that, the score is tied yet again with just under a minute remaining.
Khan off the board. It's a 2 versus 2 scenario, as mentioned. It all comes down to the gridlock and the glass. The glass is going to be able to, you know, pump out some good damage numbers, but he's got to get inside to make that one happen. Seemed like he was heading around back towards the main breach, seeing if there was any sort of leftovers for him to have happen. 30 seconds to go, though, here in round number 3 to find out who is going to pull ahead, who is going to make themselves a nice little one-round victory, making this one a 2-1 scenario. 2 versus 2, though, in the kill column, or in the life column, I should say, and this execution is about to go down. Both players pushing up ever so steadily from Waterloo, trying to find an angle onto somebody with the Warden off the table. The glass can walk in pretty freely. Although, here comes the push into sight. The gridlock goes. Gruggerton ends up knocking down Aiden with the plant going down. There's a triple kill for Gugger. Plant confirmed. Diffuser gone. Doesn't matter because Oogs ends up finding the last one, and Waterloo find themselves another offensive victory here.
Gug getting that incredible kill and a 3-piece to close out that round. Amazing from the boys on Waterloo as they did win out that round. Pretty close though, Seneca fighting tooth and nail, that's for sure. It's not going to be an easy road ahead for the boys on Waterloo, that's for sure. And so we're going to be going back down to the basement for the boys on Seneca. This time, again, roster seems basically in and around the same, just no Valk. Instead, a Legion.
I'm interested in the fact that there's no Valk. I feel like it's gotten value every single time we've seen it from both Zozik and Khan. I want to say Zozik in round 1, Khan in round 2, and then again Zozik in round 3 getting the opening frag on the push in. It feels like, you know, an operator who has a lot of utility in the sense that information so key. And, you know, seeing an operator like that not get picked up, and also an operator like Fenrir not getting played as well, someone who has good information, good utility on the push-in, I feel like there's a lot of missed opportunity in those kind of picks. But hey, this is why I'm sitting here watching people play the video game instead of playing it, right? That's how that goes. University of Waterloo taking a great win, pushing themselves in the lead on that basement site. But we're gonna head back down here, and are we expecting some sort of change up right now from Seneca? I mean, maybe dropping the Valk might just be the play.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of agree with you. I feel like that Valk being dropped isn't the best. I'm not really sure about the castle, I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like the rounds don't really come out to this crazy barn burner. We are gonna, of course, have people holding above, and I'm sure that's why the castle is gonna be used. But I definitely feel like you said, there's a lot more value to come out of that Valk other than that castle. But then again, we'll see what the Legion will bring to the table instead of the Valk. Maybe they might end up winning this time around. As for Waterloo, seems like they're going for the basically exact same thing. Actually, no Maverick this time, however, and no glass. Seems like this is a setup kind of from when they were attacking above. But anyways, I digress. They're pushing this Warden further and further back down the stairs. He's going to toss C4, but isn't going to connect. And in the meantime, Mahdi is going to get taken down by the GOAT. Crayon has been doing absolutely amazing this game. And again, another player on Waterloo dropping dead like flies. A 5v3 turns to a 5v2 as Crayon gets another.
Double kill for Crayon. It all comes down to Guggerton and Oogs again. They made it happen in round number 3. Can they make it happen yet again? Oogs says yes. Crayon is off the board. Nice double, but oh, a little bit of bullets getting trade right here. I'll hold my breath. 31 HP versus 6 HP. Talk about a trade right there between those two.
That, I feel like Legion should be dead. Oh, how did that not kill him? I'm not too sure. But they have just over a minute remaining in the round. We got to start getting some picks. We got to start getting some kills because this execute has to happen one way or another. Not only that, but they do not have a hold of bomb. And so it's basically just going to be a all man's got to come out and kill everybody on that defense. C4 to get ripped, but won't find anybody. As if you're the defense, all you got to do is stall for as long as possible. And if you're offense, well, I mean, time's starting to tick, so better get a move on. A near TK comes out, but a wall bang will secure a kill for Gug. Let's see if we can make it double. Unfortunately, no, the flank is what is going to be the thorn in the side of the boys on Waterloo. Seneca dropping the Valk, picking up the Legion. I guess it was the right move after all.
There you go. It feels like a little bit scattered, but they were able to bring it together at the end. And I mean, hey, results matter. 2-2, we're all evened on out, and kind of just feels like Seneca right now. They need to see the site. They need to see what Waterloo wants to do on a site like that and go, okay, now let's give them a response that we need. The problem is, if you keep playing like that, you're going to find yourself a round down every single time, Bianca.
Oh yeah, for sure. But look, the rotation has happened, and so now we're gonna be back on the top floor. We'll see if Seneca are gonna be able to win out this one, because last time they went here, they lost the first time, won the second time. So we'll see if anything changes. It seems like the lineup doesn't. That's what doesn't change.
Now Seneca holding down round number 4, tying us on out on that basement site, heading up to the second floor. Let's see if they can keep that momentum that they had from the previous time they were up here, that information, that knowledge that they brought in from round number 2. Hey, it feels like it was so long ago already at this point, just because we've been going back and forth between these two sites. Prep phase is out of the way, and let's see if Waterloo cracks open the defense of Seneca.
We'll see. We will see. I mean, the first time that Waterloo ended up coming here, they did end up cracking it down. So we'll see if this time they'll be able to. Zasik is going to be looking for a cheeky early pick, but it doesn't seem like anybody's going to be coming this direction at all, and it seems like he's already gone bored. As for the boys on Waterloo, well, nothing is boring about getting this main breach, but they better be careful as it's going to be Kai tricked early on. This would be a great time to have that Ash or maybe a Zafia looking in from below, but that won't be the case at all.
Oh man,
grabbing it. No, he didn't. That was perfect timing.
Really great timing, and he got another one off, though. They were able to break that one on open. It seems like finally now the thermite going down. Third time's a charm, you know, and hopefully we're going to blow open this main breach yet again. We've been seeing a good steady approach from Waterloo right here on the second floor. Zosek's going to go down to how ironic for the opening pick, and Oogs has the lineup. Just a very threatening Kali player, I have to say.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, hey, look, Valk isn't a horrible one to get rid of because, again, her utility is all the way taken down. And damn, Gug wants all of that, but Dark literally, his saving grace, turns his back as somebody's about to swing Raptors. Thank God Dark was there, because if he wasn't, let me tell you, Gug would not be alive. However, talking about who's not going to be alive, Dark dies at the hands of another MPX. One's off the board, but the other one reigns above, and so Seneca getting themselves a kill will get killed right back, and another one as well. A 4v1, the boys on Waterloo are securing their dub, but not if Varix has anything to say about that. A C4 to get ripped, and now it's gonna be him by himself, pinged by these Grim Bees, and Oogs take them out with that sniper. Unfortunate for the boys on Seneca, as they are going to lose their first defense back upstairs.
Great push in by Waterloo, great adjustments and just getting in there real nicely. And I do want to highlight Dark watching the right angle. To me, that's just the perfect team play. That's exactly what you need to be doing, watching your teammates back, understanding, yeah, they're in a compromising position. I'm going to make sure that they can get out of said compromising position. And sure enough, it was getting swung in that moment and they were able to get a pick off on it. Stuff like that really goes the distance, and that prevents a quick pick going in favor of one side to being going in favor of your side. Even if it ends up being a 1-for-1, you get the refrag in most cases. Just watching your teammates back and making sure you're locking it on down. Great team play from Waterloo, giving them a 3-2 lead right now, Bianca, here in the first half. And I gotta remind you and everyone else here, this is Waterloo's map pick. We still gotta go to defense.
Yeah, I mean, this is great. This is great. This is what I like to see. As I was saying, which I believe last time's Waterloo chose this, they ended up going down. Like, was it 5-1?
Oh man, you're gonna make me remember numbers.
I can't remember what it was, but I think I was cheesed because I was saying, I'm like, the nerve and audacity you have to pick a map and then be down that much is absolutely insane. The only time, no, not like in that way, but in all
you said the nerve and audacity.
No, it is true though. It is true because you know when you pick a map, that is your best map. You are going that map knowing full well that is your best map. And so I just think that the nerve that you got to pick a map and then have a performance like that is beyond me. Because when you pick a map, you know that you're strong on both offense and defense. Man, so I'm glad. Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Saying, you know, I'm glad Waterloo is able to perform this time.
I just love the nerve and audacity of these individuals. How dare they? Waterloo is doing phenomenal on these breaches. I have to say, every single one seems to have been very well executed outside of just the first basement round. You know, they're able to open this up very nicely. They're able to get their angles locked down and just get themselves set up, get themselves cemented exactly where they need to be on the map. Look at this. The whole site's being completely opened up. Ace charges ripping through. Dark finding the opening pick onto Varix. Man advantage now for Waterloo. They want to end this round 4-2 in the first half. You heard me. 4-2 on our offensive side here on Night Haven. Crayon's gonna get the trade back onto Dark, though, evening out our player count.
I mean, look, they're doing great, and honestly, putting yourself in this position, even if you leave this at 3-3, that's not bad at all, considering you are on the offense, like you said. We got defense to worry about for later on, but Mr. Khan better be careful, as he's gonna be, well, nope, he's not gonna be getting hit. He's gonna be dead and dusted. Mahdi to finish him off, and Crayon is gonna get finished off by Mr. Guggington, a 4v2. Oh my God, Seneca, what happened? A 2v3 now is finally something's gonna happen. They're gonna take down Mahdi, but unfortunately, he's gonna get taken down yet again, guys. We can't lose those. It seems like Oogs on a sniper is just an absolute menace to society, and it's gonna be up to Aiden, who I haven't really honestly seen him do that much at all, and, well, he won't be able to do too much as he gets taken down, and, that is unfortunate for the boys on Seneca, as they are going to be down 2-4. Now they got to swap to the offense.
I'm going to say, you know, Mod getting there and just blowing open every single breach has been phenomenal, but you know, my all-star here in this first half has got to be Oogs, okay? To be there with Mod, to make sure they're removing any sort of utility, and then just finding frag after frag from range, from a distance, covering his teammates back, and then to just push through, railgun in tow, and start mowing down opponents. Come on, he just got a headshot on Zosik from 6 feet away. Like, come on, that's great stuff right there. Oogs has been doing phenomenal in my book, and I want to highlight that. I love Kali, and I love the way Ooze was playing her in the first half.
Okay, there we go. He's also 6-3, so he ain't doing too shabby himself, if I have to say so. And it's great, a great team player. And not only is he a great team player, but he's also great at being able to get those picks. Well done to the boys on Waterloo. As for Seneca, well, we'll see if they are going to be able to come back being on this this offensive side right now. Crayon, the only one kind of able to hold out his own, I believe Zosik as well. So a little bit of help from their teammates would be nice. But then again, this is Waterloo's map pick, so it is expected that they would win this, or at least they wouldn't go down without a really good fight. And taking a page out of the book of Waterloo, we are also going to have ourselves a Cali, which I feel like Cali isn't really that common to come here, so I feel like maybe it's just me, but I feel like Cali's a bit of an odd pick for both teams.
I told you she got buffed. You know, she's OP now. And that's how that goes. I'm really feeling in the back of my head she got buffed. Something says...
Let us know, guys!
I feel like I read somewhere she got buffed. And I'm really excited about it. Probably when this character released, I was super ecstatic to just get that bursty, you know, freaking bolt action sniper rifle, having that in the game. The head was there. The head was there twice. No. Yeah, I feel the same, Zosik. What do you mean? There was a metal barricade in front of you. The guy dipped down at the worst possible time. Wow. What timing. What unfortunate timing right now for Zosik. So close to the opening frag right there. But, you know, that's the double right there for Kali. Oogs is going to be the first one off the map, though, as Varix finds the opening one.
Beautifully done. The boys on Waterloo at that man disadvantage. Not only that, but walls are going to be opened up all around them. Another one is going to go down to the side of Waterloo, and Seneca looking very strong and very clean. Their first offensive round. I got to argue, this might be their best round, and it's their first time... This might actually be their best round, and it's them on offense. So, taking down 3 players, but Gug is going to take down Crayon. Gug and Dark, again, this little dynamic duo we got going on, is going to be left alone in this 2v4 to try and clutch it out. Any C4s? No. Zosik, though, is going to take down Dark. And, is his name EDNS? Edens?
Aiden?
Maybe? Is that what is it? Is that
yeah.
what it is?
AID.
Eden.
There we go.
Let me take a look. Where did I see it?
Great round 7 from Seneca Esports, starting the second half strong, taking
Wait,
round
who
7
killed him?
and narrowing the gap.
Oh,
Their
I think
first
it was
attacking run.
Khan.
It's Khan.
I think it was like, whose name is that? It looked like an EDNS, and I think it was. Oh my god!
I'm looking. You just say EDNS, and the first thing to my head is Aiden. Like I'm like, okay, are you trying to say Aiden here? You're trying to shout out Aiden?
No. I think it was Connor. And I just read his name because it's kind of my eyesight's so bad. I just see EDNS, and I'm like, who the fudge nugget is EDNS? Can I say that on stream, fudge nugget?
I mean, yeah, it was better than the first two you were going to say. Prep phase here in round 8 going down. And we're going to see if Seneca can keep this momentum going, bring this one on back. And hey, tell us, maybe Nighthaven's just an offensive-sided map. We're going down to the basement, though. It seems like Waterloo not wanting to go back-to-back sites are ready to switch things up and try a different angle. And I like this approach, I gotta say.
We bring the Cali yet again. No Maverick. Feel like Maverick is always used down here. Actually, funny fact. Before I cast this game, I was literally playing ranked on Nighthaven myself, and we were bringing Maverick to push down these walls. But God, better be careful, as he's gonna get pressed and pushed, taking a little bit of damage from none other than, here we go, the EDNS man, the Khan man. He is gonna hear one, is gonna take the head off of Gug. You're not silent enough. And with that, Waterloo again starting off on the back foot. Seneca looking great on their offensive half so far.
Man, he just knew that Gug was sitting there waiting for the cheeky peek, waiting to find a nice little opening frag, and it was able to spot that one out. So great job by them. Now one member off the board for the defense. It still is a basement site. The mirror off the table. They still have some very bunker down operators, but one of them's gone now, the Goyo, who I was about to bring out. Hopefully all his utility is down.
Oh my god, I would hope so. And damn, Seneca seemed to be a lot better on their offense and their defense, which surprising. Waterloo, this is your map pick. Let me remind you what we're here for. We're not here to do great on offense and then lack on our defense. We are going to have How Ironic watching this mirror. Let's see if he's going to be able to make his way out. Aiden getting tagged a cheeky bit. Will not get taken out, though, and instead is going to start planting that bomb. A little missed C4 is unfortunately going to also be the death of the boys on Waterloo, as 3 of them go down one by one, and we're looking at a tie game.
All tied up, and honestly, if you're Seneca, you're feeling really great about that. Maybe you got off the warm-up jitters, you got that knocked on out. Zosik putting up some great numbers. We are going to be going to a timeout for this one. Let's take a step back. Let's take a look at this ourselves, Bianca, and see what a ride it has been so far. I mean, we talk about Nighthaven a lot in its defensive nature and how well you can bunker down on, you know, the upstairs site on the second floor and then here on the basement. But it seems so far that both teams are proving that this is an offensive-sided map.
I mean, clearly, it literally must be. Look at Zosik as well. 12 and 4. This man has a 3.0 KD. An absolute machine. Crayons not too far behind him, but definitely a decent bit away. Nobody is dropping those digits. The closest is going to be none other than Gug, as he's going to have 10, but that's not even enough to come close to Zosik. So let's see who is going to break out of this stalemate. First, Waterloo having the lead. Well, we'll see if they're going to forfeit it to Seneca.
See if they forfeit it to Seneca. Let's see if that timeout did them justice, if they were able to recollect themselves, take a step back and say, hey guys, yeah, everything we've been saying. Hey guys, this is our map. We did really great in the first half. Let's shake off some of the jitters we got going on right now and get this one in the book. We should have this. We can knock this out. We can make it happen. And this is an interesting one for me. Gug over here on the Solis. Now, this is something that was picked all the time and then received some very heavy nerfs after nerfs after nerfs and finally was knocked down and put in her place because I don't like this operator. I'm kidding. Fun operator, but man,
Yo,
I saw it all the time.
Oregon during Prime Solace was a different kind of just hell. I gotta say, I'm so glad that she's been nerfed because I'm gonna keep it a buck. Playing Oregon and having to deal with her was probably the worst thing ever. Seriously.
I mean, yeah, it's just you have to worry about this operator who's going around who knows exactly which direction you're coming from because she can see your drones and see what's going on. And then just get in that close range 1v1 fight with the P90. She was a menace. And Dynasty very much still could be, just not nearly as potent. Hopefully this time around. A push in already from Seneca as they are marching their way closer and closer towards the site and just trying to knock down as much util as they can. And here we go, Gug. I'm gonna have all eyes on you right now, Guggerton. Show me what this pick can do. Show me that this operator still has the value that she should. Round number 9. Nobody off the board yet. A couple bullets flying though into Crayon.
Oh my gosh, I gotta see. Now you've kind of got me intrigued because at the beginning of this game, we did see that Gug was also the player to look out for. So if anybody's gonna be making some cheeky plays, if anybody is gonna be top fragging, well, it's gonna be none other than Gugger. And of course, Crayon was for Seneca, but it seems like Zosik is stealing a little bit of that spotlight. Speaking of stealing, it seems like the boys in Seneca are going to be taking their space and stealing their spot over by connectors. They're making their way through. Gug still cheeky on that flank. Kato will see if he's going to be able to get anything, get a little bit lucky. Unfortunately, Oogs is going to be put out of his position, and it seems like that little garage area is also going to be pushed very silently. Crown to take out one is going to get taken down from the back, and it's a 4v4. Now, as the refrag will come out.
Good refrag by Dark to find one in return, and honestly our first picks of the round. 60 seconds left on the clock. Team's finally slowing it on down. The shotgun from point blank. Oogs knocking down Zosik, saying, hey, yeah, you don't play Kali like I play Kali. Great job by him. Saw it while he was flashbanged. I mean, got a glimpse. Had Zosik waited maybe a fraction of a second, let the first shot come out, let him think that he was baited into this false sense of security, maybe you would have had an opportunity. But Oogs was just ready that whole time sitting there. You knew he wanted it, and well, he ended up getting it. 30 seconds to go. Time is ticking down, and it's going to come down to Seneca if they can push in. It did that pause, did that timeout, give Waterloo exactly what they needed. Gugger ended up going on down, evening out the man advantage. Aiden getting the pickup on that one, and with the smoke still on the table, it makes it very difficult for Seneca to push on in. Varix though finding Dark. Oogs gets Aiden. How ironic, finds Khan. Oogs gets traded out by Varix. 1 versus 1 scenario, and it's a nitro to end it. Waterloo take the lead, 5-4.
Oh, hell nah. Hell nah. Are you joking me? He just ripped that out of his pocket and just killed. And I need to know if he knew where he was or if he just ripped that hoping that it would hit. I need to know because, bro, you gotta be kidding me. That was so close. And I'm a little bit disappointed that we didn't see Gug really do all that much with the Solus. I don't think he ended up getting a kill at all, and I feel like he didn't really do too much for his team. But then again, I wasn't really watching him. Not much action was happening wherever he was at. So, maybe he just wasn't doing too good at, sniffing out the bullets and finding where all the drama was happening. Regardless, though, we are going to be going down to that basement as Waterloo's finally going to break out from their L streak after 2 straight rounds of just straight L's. We're going to be going back down to the basement, hoping for a little bit of redemption.
A little bit of redemption goes a long way. We'll see how they close this one on out. See if they can put themselves in a match point scenario. Or are we just going to keep going back and forth at this rate, Bianca? What do you think so far?
Honestly, I would like to see it go back and forth. The longer, the better. But, if I am, like I said, a bit of a fan of Waterloo and its players, I would like to see them win this out. And as for Seneca, it was a little bit rocky, I'm not going to lie, being down, especially when you start off on defense. But, bringing it back on offense is nothing to scoff at. And I think it's going great for them so far. Not only that, Khan seems to be making his way in quite nicely and fast. Dark is going to be taking the throne for Solus. We'll see if he's going to be able to do a little bit more damage and bring a little bit more to his team than when Gug was using her.
Oh, opening pick, Guggerton finds a Zosik and knocks him on out. A much faster opening pick this time around. in round number 10. Seems like a steady push in right now from Seneca, and Waterloo are wanting to find themselves in a great position, line themselves right on up, find themselves in match point here on their map choice before we head on over to the next. What a great start to the third place matchup that this has been between these two teams. Both of them really laying it all out on the line, I have to say.
We'll see how well both of these teams are going to be performing this round. It seems like they're putting their all in, like you've said, and that's all we can ask for as casters, getting the best possible game to commentate. Of course, vert being made absolutely a necessity when you are going to be pushing from above, and while his career is going to be ended a little bit, he did end up getting that first pick, but finally a refrag late as ever. But a refrag nonetheless will get taken out, and he's going to be gone. However, Dark still alive, and kicking it, he is going to be, seems like, downstairs with the rest of his teammates as they're waiting for this push to happen.
Waiting for the push to happen. 60 seconds on the clock. Time ticking down. One member off the board for each side. Aiden, though, a little bit low on the HP. Not going to feel too good about that one. But, you know, this is someone who I'm looking at right now. The Ram. Crayon on this Ram. Something that I was kind of expecting a little bit sooner in the series when we saw that Ash get knocked away. Varix, though, going on down to Dark. The 1v1 Solis. You know what? I guess Dark looked at Guggerton and said, no, you're putting this operator to shame. Let me show you that she still has use cases, and comes on in here, finds a good pick right there. Khan, though, trading out. How ironic. 3 versus 3 with 30 seconds to go. Time ticking down. The smokes are going out to try to delay as long as they can. Aiden cannot get any closer to that, and he knows that he is being watched like an absolute hawk. 15 seconds to go. Another smoke gets ripped on out. Aiden pushes on in. Oh, that's Mod pushing on over. Never mind, I stand corrected. Defuse is going down, though. Aiden's inside and gets cleaned off. Time ticking down, nobody's there, and defenders end up winning. Waterloo take us on into match point.
Beautifully done. I mean, it was an almost, Seneca did that decently, nicely, not horrible, but of course, when your planter goes down and you've got no time, well, there you go, rounds out, and like you said, Waterloo pushing us to match point. The boys in Seneca no longer have the luxury of losing any rounds if they want to see map 1 to the fullest. Well, they're gonna have to bring us to OT, and even then, might be a little.
Round
Boys of Waterloo playing
11.
amazing, but Waterloo have 2 chances. Oh, guys, did I get cut out?
No, not at all. You're fine.
Oopsies, guys. Oopsies. As I was saying, Waterloo got 2 chances to close out this map. If they don't, well, brother, we're going to have to figure something else out. Seneca are going to need to win these next 2 rounds if they want to win out map 1, or at least try.
Well, we are heading to the offsite over here on first floor, so potential right now for Seneca to pull this one on back ever so slightly. This is going to be the golden opportunity. You need to take this one. You need to close the gap here. You need to find it, because otherwise Waterloo is going to be taking that round, map 1, I should say, victory. This is going to be interesting. We haven't seen the first floor site at all, and, you know, I can't even say, like, oh, well, it's the offsite, so clearly it should go a little bit more in favor of the offense, but the main sites have gone in favor of the defense. I'm sorry, have gone in favor of the offense. So I'm a little bit skeptical right now on saying, like, oh, well, you know, this being one of the offsites, clearly Seneca should be able to find this round. Already 30 seconds off the board. A steady push in. Knock down some utility. They did bring back the Ram, which I do like. I felt like the Ram was a great addition into the operator composition in the last round, and I'm excited to see if they can sit here and utilize its utility again now that we're on a lower site.
It's definitely a little bit interesting that they're going to be going that. I feel like this is not even just that secondary site. This is like a tertiary site. Ain't anybody ever go here, but obviously Waterloo winning out their top and bottom. Well, they're bringing us over there in Gug to get the first pick onto Crayon. And how ironic is going to be taken out first on the side of Waterloo. And so we're going to be at a 4v4, about a minute 40 remaining on the board. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. Decent pace coming in from both the sides of the team and an even playing field, but he better watch out. Zosik might just be in the middle of a cheeky interaction if he's not careful. Seems like his teammates have nearly taken control of the top floor, except for a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean Oogs is still up here. He's going to be alive and kicking it. Will be droned, but is still going to hold down his place as best as he possibly can. Gug, though, will get taken out. That's unfortunate. And the boys in Seneca now have the man advantage.
Guggerton off the board. 3 members of Waterloo remain. 4 for Seneca, and we are getting down to the final 60 seconds. What could be the final 60 seconds here on map number 1. Still a hefty team to push on into. You got to worry about a smoke, a pulse, a Solis, or you could just go in and go for the diffusing plant right now, as Aiden is doing and has done. Diffuser is down, and now it's Waterloo who have to reclaim site, Waterloo who have to push back in, and Waterloo have to keep their members alive and find some picks. Aiden ends up finding one. Dark, though, returning the pick onto Zosik. Oogs finds Varix. Khan knocks out Dark. It's a 2 versus 1 scenario. It all comes down to Oogs, who makes some great damage onto Aiden, connects the shots, but it's not enough. Aiden's still alive. Khan still lurking somewhere in a diffuser that still needs to be found. Can he make it happen in these very dire moments? Are we going to be moving on to round number 12? Yes, we are. Round number 11. Seneca come out on top and bring us so much closer. Bring us just an inch back into closing the gap.
An amazing job from Seneca and a decent attempt from the boys on Waterloo. We still have one more round to go before bringing us to OT. If you're Seneca, well, I hope you're locked in and ready to roll. As for Waterloo, I'm sure they want to close this out as best as they possibly can, as fast as they possibly can. That was the first time we were seeing that tertiary site get played, so it would make sense to kind of it's a coin toss at that point. And, well, the coin toss doesn't really work. But the boys on Waterloo never bring us back down there again. Instead, we're going to be going up that 3rd floor this time. I think we're going to be seeing a Scopos for the very first time in this entire map.
Seneca keeping their hopes alive with, I want to say, a very confident clutch win right there in round number 11. A very dominant win. They were able to push in so smoothly, so cleanly. 4 members alive, get the diffuser down, and put Waterloo in such a difficult position. If they can keep that up, we very much could be going into overtime. And you're right, we have a Scopos. And look on the other side, look what Varix is hovering right now. I see Recruit. Are we getting Recruit right here in our 3rd place matchup to take us to hopefully bring Seneca into a tie to bring them into overtime? Yes, we are. Varix is on Recruit.
I'm interested to see, because usually, there we go. There's that hard breach gadget. A lot of the time, they'll also have the EMPs, but instead he's going to be bringing those grenades instead. But that's typically what I would see, the hard breaches along with the EMPs to kind of solo get your own wall as a little bit of a hard breach, but that won't be the case this time around. Gug on the Mira is, however, not going to keep his booty cheeks inside at all. Instead, he's going to be roaming out just a little bit. And is that a C4 that's just going to randomly get tossed and blown for no reason? Feel like that's a waste. But anyways, look at this sickening angle. Madi holding it down, and unfortunately, speaking of down, Zosik down and dusted. That was a beautiful angle and a great job from Madi. An early lead for the boys on Waterloo. We might just make it 2 if they're not careful.
What happened right there? Okay, first off, the did you fall got me, but right there with Khan just holding out the angle and the little peek around from, I don't even know who it was. Was it Mod who just peeked the little corner and just...
It was Gugger.
It was Gugger who just peeked the corner and put through a couple bullets and just walked away.
And then just ran away.
And just left, yeah. That was hilarious to me, and I love it. A minute and a half, we're halfway through round number 12. We're seeing right now if Waterloo is going to put map 1 away, or will Seneca pull it back and take us on into overtime? Man advantage for Waterloo, and they need to find themselves an opening opportunity. Still multiple members sitting outside of the map, not able to get inside, and this is going to be striking. This is going to be a very difficult push in for Seneca. Nitro ripped Wow, how ironic, unable to connect on anyone, but Gugger does connect onto Varix's head and knocks him on down, finds Khan as well. Double kill, make it a triple kill for Guggerton as he finishes off Aiden. One member remaining. It all comes down to Crayon. The run out, the kill, the quad. No, he didn't get it. He got the triple.
Got it.
Oh, Oogs got it, man.
Oogs got it.
I'm hyping him up. I'm hyping him up here.
He deserves it. Gug deserves it.
Map number 1 is down, and they are going to go on. Waterloo going to seal that one and put it in the books. And, well, honestly, you know, for your map pick, you would definitely hope that you come out on top in that one, right?
I mean, yes. And, I mean, on Wednesday, it was something for them. So,
that was
I'm
Wednesday.
glad
That was Wednesday.
did great today. Oh, what did I say? Did I say Monday?
No, you were right. You said Wednesday.
Didn't.
I was saying that was Wednesday. Yeah, today's Monday. They're putting the past behind them. They're moving on. They're moving forward, Bianca.
Yes, that's exactly what they're doing, and they're doing a great job. Seneca, well, they tried, and they didn't do too bad, nearly bringing OT, but unfortunately, it won't be enough for them as the boys on Seneca will unfortunately lose that, leaving Waterloo at an advantage of 1-0. So we'll see who will take map 2, which I believe is Clubhouse? Question
Well, we'll
mark? Or is it Border?
It is not. It is, in fact, Clubhouse, which is going to be Seneca's map choice. They're going to be starting on attack for map number 2. Waterloo closing out map number 1 with a decisive win right there in round 12 on their second floor site. They looked really strong defensively, a lot of back and forth plays, but I got to tell you right now, Seneca is ready to go the extra distance. They are ready to go the mile. We're going to see if they can make it happen on their map choice of Clubhouse, but that is only going to happen after the break. We will be back in just a few moments here at the Canadian Collegiate League.
Womp.
Going to get planted. Uniquely is almost got it 2-2. Actually finds Sonic. Canadian no name finishes off as Pro. The diffuser planted. Bulbous finds Uniquely. Canadian finds actually the 1v1 scenario with the diffuser down. The big wrap coming in from Bulbous. TMU needs to get this one. He's gonna sneak up right behind him. Can he find him? He knows. He gets it, and Canadian finishes it off. Windsor walk away 2-0 tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
He's in piano.
Gridlock is in cigar. Gridlock in cigar.
Oh, I'm leaving this guy.
He was on piano. On piano. Oh, nice shot. Oh! Oh!
Taking care of open is for the taking, at least unless somebody comes in and tries to play.
Third time's a charm. There you go. Strike via post. Get that mirror window down. Helio ends up finding a second, but Helio finds a third. 4-2. Ladies and gentlemen, do we see the ace, the quad for Helio? Eyeballs the last. There it is. An ace in the pocket of Helio. Helio is back. TMU is back. We are getting closer, but it is still match point.
Windsor has not picked Monty once.
Yeah, Bianca, I was gonna say, you know, we're in round 4 right now, and so far. I have not seen a single Monty pickup.
Yeah.
Are we, is it an us thing? Do we just like the Monty a lot? Caught in the rotation hole. Actually, the rotation hole wasn't big enough for you. Uniquely, gonna end up getting the opening pick here of the round for you, Windsor.
And even though it's down to a 2v5, the position they're in right now is so strong that it's gonna be able to get 3 kills! What is going on? Set up the air jabs to watch flanks, so they can just get right in there and probably not even have to worry about CCTV or anything. Just get in there.
Crazy
and
flank.
that.
One, two,
flank,
three!
1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. Mod wants you in his room.
Holes from below inside. One's on the holes, one on the bird hose, one of the people on chassis. Look below you.
Where's left? Where's left?
Below you. Oh shit.
Oh wait, I didn't kill him?
Nice, bro.
On his cam. Still on his cam. Still on his cam right here. Another one's still on his cam. Off cam.
Oh my fucking god!
Lawson's master.
Yo, this guy just hit a fucking clip, bro. Holy shit.
Hold on, let me.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah, idiot. So he's gotta watch out for that. Oh, nice on that Claymore. Gugger with a quick flick into Fountain. Takes down Otter, and he knows through the wall, and he sees it. That's unbelievable, and he gets the call out from his teammate. There's somebody's above hatch, and he makes the play for it. He drops it. Oh my god.
He gets the ace! What?
Defenders have disabled the bomb diffuser. Bomb diffuser.
I spoke too soon. That was...
Attackers have recovered
30
their diffuser.
seconds left to go. Diffuser going down. Of course it's a bait. Goes for the pre-fire. Doesn't end up finding it, but wraps. And Helio ends up getting the triple kill, tied up 1-1. But the HP bars would say otherwise. The tuber out full. The buck not at all. Down he goes. The buck ends up finding it. Helio getting another one. Getting the quad. And putting us 1 up for TMU in overtime.
Je sais pas si Georgian peuvent récupérer de ça. Non, oui, on l'a vu. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. No way, bro!
God, fine, cool.
What are we doing? Georgian! Wake up! Is this our... In there, like swimwear, Fico. Another pick. Arthur le volé. Oh, Fico, man. Ah, Fico qui fait des wallbangs. Ils sont overcheating. Il est tellement bon! Il est tellement bon! Je veux l'arrêter! Ça marque. Watch Hitbox, c'est le dernier. Et c'est là.
Un autre c'est 0. C'est là.
What a round! On peut pas flank, on peut pas bon. Ok. Big pick. Big pick! Flank Cade! Come on!
Dogs. Mr. Augie, what
Forky.
can you
Let's
do?
go!
He's right there on the other side of the wall. You better watch out.
Damn! On the
Going to get planted. Uniquely is almost got it. 2-2. Actually finds Seneca. Canadian no name finishes off as Bro. The diffuser planted. Bulbous finds Uniquely. Canadian finds actually the 1v1 scenario with the diffuser down. The big wrap coming in from Bulbous. TMU needs to get this one. He's gonna sneak up right behind him. Can he find him? He knows. He gets it, and Canadian finishes it off. Windsor walk away 2-0 tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
He's in piano.
Gridlock is in cigar. Gridlock in cigar. He was on piano. On piano. Oh, nice shot. Oh! Oh!
Taking care of open is for the taking, at least unless somebody comes in and tries to flank.
Third time's a charm. There you go. Strike via post. Get that mirror window down. Helio ends up finding a second. But Helio finds a third. 4-2. Ladies and gentlemen, do we see the ace? The quad for Helio. Eyeballs the last. There it is. An ace in the pocket of Helio. Helio is back. TMU is back. We are getting closer, but it is still match point.
Windsor has not picked Monty once.
Yeah, Bianca, I was gonna say, you know, we're in round 4 right now, and so far. I have not seen a single Monty pickup.
Yeah.
Are we, is it an us thing? Do we just like the Monty a lot? Caught in the rotation hole. Actually, the rotation hole wasn't big enough for you. Uniquely, gonna end up getting the opening pick here of the round for you, Windsor.
And even though it's down to a 2v5, the position they're in right now is so strong that it's gonna be able to get 3 kills! What is going on? Set up the air jabs to watch flanks so they can just get right in there and probably not even have to worry about CCTV or anything. Just get in there and find that.
1, 2, 3!
3! Boom, boom, boom! Mod wants you in his room!
Welcome on back, Rainbow Six Siege fans, to the Canadian Collegiate League third place matchup. We just witnessed an intense battle on Nighthaven Labs where the University of Waterloo came out on top to take map 1. But now the action is shifting over to Clubhouse, the map picked by Seneca Esports this time around, who will look to turn the tides and force a deciding third map. Both teams are hungry and raring to go, and I tell you what, I'm pretty hungry and raring to go. How about Bianca, my co-caster? How are you feeling about that one?
Ooh, I'm feeling great. I mean, I'm a Waterloo fan myself, so I'm feeling great that they're up 1-0. But Seneca did not go down without a fight, and so hopefully this game we are going to see the same thing, but over on Club. I want to see some good plays. I want to see some very suspenseful. Oh my gosh, I almost said expensive. Suspenseful rounds. Ones that got me gripping my seat, got me clenching my butt cheeks, got me curling my toes. I want.
Let's see some expensive plays. That means we got to pull out all the elite op skins, right? That's what that means.
Yes.
Yeah, pay to win skins.
Yes.
All right. We better see all the pay to win skins coming on out. I'd really love to see the action. I'd love to see Seneca pull it back. I would love to see some map 3 action, but let's head on into picks and bans for map number 2 here on Clubhouse. Who is getting knocked on out? Who will we not be allowed to play? And when I see Clubhouse, man, there is so much ground to cover, and just in my head, it's information operators. I would not be surprised seeing operators like Deimos get knocked on out here. I feel like there was a lot of utility, a lot of usage for the Deimos on the last map, but at the same time, you know, the Monty is always a good staple one to knock on out. First ban by Waterloo.
Monty seems pretty typical. Ain't nothing weird about that. As for the other attacking op, I would say maybe I want to say a Dokkaebi. I feel like a Dokkaebi is much more useful on this. Actually, nah, Ying is pretty good too here, but I still think a Dokkaebi would be better. A Deimos, though, is what's going to be taken off the board. Not too shabby. As for the defense, I'd say the first operator that we're going to see, I want it to be a Mira, but I feel like it's going to be that typical Azami, that typical Valk that's going to end up getting taken down for the defense.
Honestly, Azami and Mira both really strong operators on multiple sites. No surprise to see the Azami getting removed from here. I mean, having her up in the rafters over in Garage, not fun to try to flush that one out. It feels like you really got to go the extra distance to try to get underneath her, or, you know, maybe a copy towel bolt to send over the top. Not as bad as she used used to be. I tell you though, since you don't have to melee to destroy her barricades anymore, send an Ash charge in order to actually get her flushed out. But man, those pixel angles will still get you. You will be caught off guard. It's going to be Valkyrie though for the last ban by Waterloo. Get that information operator out of here. Like we're talking information on both sides. That does leave the Dokebi, as mentioned, on the table. That leaves the Mira on the table, who, again, another operator who's great on multiple different sites here, down in church in the basement, over in CCTV, over in gym. A lot of potential for a pick like that. And I got a feeling we're just not even going to see it as we're like really spicing it up here. It's not coming out in round one.
What I'm sad is we're not going to be seeing any sort of Mira. I love Mira being played here, but it seems like the boys on Waterloo have other plans. What other plans am I talking about? I'm talking about this Capcan. We don't get to see Capcan all too often. I feel like I see him getting played on border a decent amount, but other than that, I feel like he doesn't get played that much, so I'm excited to see what Mod D is going to bring to the table, as he's going to be showing us his Capcan, all of his Capcan traps. And am I seeing the Jagger posted up over by stock? That's a little bit interesting. I'm not sure if he's going to stick there the whole time, but it's kind of interesting to see that he's setting up some of his utility there. I wonder if he's going to be playing the long run.
What I really like about an operator like the Capcan is that, the run out, goes for it, doesn't find it. Great attempt for an opening pick right there from Guggerton to see if he can lock somebody down. Oh man, you derailed me right there, but I was expecting something kind of I mean, that was spicy. I was expecting something to come of it, but unfortunately, Seneca was taking their time back, and Spawn did not push on out fast enough. Really great job. Great patience. Still pulling back the cameras. What do we want to call that one?
I'm not too sure.
We'll leave it at patience. We'll leave it at patience. But
Maybe
what I love about
patience might be the best thing.
Absolutely. What I love about the Capcan, as we were talking, is the choke points on this map. You know, it feels like there is one way through the upstairs. There's one way through really on the middle floor. You know, you just are forced into different positions where you got to walk through very tight areas, or if you try to swing around. I think one notorious spot for Capcan traps is back behind bar, because people try to swing it wide and end up walking into them. That is one of the spots I know I catch people on all the time. So those traps really go a long way, and an operator who you would think is a little bit more of a gets his utility down and bunkers down ends up being a little bit more of a roamer. Crayon, though, ends up finding Dark. Speaking of roamers, the Vigil off the board, and Crayon getting refragged by Mod D. 2 kills, 1 minute and 30 seconds off the board.
That is a lot of time. It is 4v4, though not too shabby. I really want to see these Capcan traps get to work. I want to see somebody die to one. However, speaking of somebody dying, it's going to be Varix to die to Mr. Gug. And with that, it seems like he's already made his way basically all the way around. He might even, that would be kind of interesting if he ends up flanking that garage area, but only time will tell. Doesn't seem that way, though. He's going to go back towards a site with just about a minute remain. A 3v4, still the boys on Seneca. I feel like one thing about Seneca, usually they'll get picked and they aren't really end up getting a refrag for it after, and if they do it's a while back from that. But anyways, I digress. As we move, and not much is happening. The boys in Seneca taking some space and moving slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely, getting down to the 30-second mark. It's about to be make or break time for Seneca. They have kitchen hatch open. They have pressure upstairs, but that's all well and good. The bomb site is downstairs. You have to get down there. You have to find your way into church, and you have to knock open the shot. But Mod D ends up finishing off Khan with a nitro. How ironic, finds Zosa Gaiden to Mod D, but how ironic closes out the round with the final kill. And Waterloo are going to come out on top in round number 1.
Beautifully done. And although getting first pick, they still ended up coming back and winning out that round. So I gotta say, well done to the boys on Waterloo for being able to start off at that disadvantage, but still moving forward and being able to bring it back. And this is already looking like a great defense for them, as they're now going to bring us to, of course, that gym and bedroom.
Going out strong right there in round number 1 on the basement, one of the dominant sites, but taking us right over to another dominant site. Like you mentioned, this second floor gym bedroom site, a site really demands strong crossfire and utility usage to hold effectively, but honestly, with how we just witnessed University of Waterloo downstairs on Church, I think they can handle it just fine. I mean, even if we watch back in the previous map entirely, they have it down, they have some great team play covered. They just need to keep that momentum going. There were a lot of, yeah, this should be the dominant sites back on map number 1 that didn't go in that way. So already, I think a great start for Waterloo here on defense back in round number 1.
We'll see if the boys at Waterloo are going to be able to win out that second round. Seneca hopefully looking to tie out that score, but a pretty basic setup coming from both teams, actually. It seems like the run-of-the-mill, very typical gym and bedroom defense, along with that very run-of-the-mill, typical gym and bedroom offense. And so we'll see who is going to do better at learning or getting back to the basics, I should say. Already taking a little bit of space, trying to get in. There's going to be none other than Zosek, an amazing player last game. Unfortunately, sold a little bit short, won't be able to do too much other than make his way in here and hopefully make a big statement as he's starting to get Gug a little bit claustrophobic.
I gotta say, take a look at how much of a bunker down strategy Waterloo has brought in here. They have the Goyo, the castle! Gugger with the nitro on the Zosik to find the opening one. He heard you from a mile away, and so did we. That opening kill spoke volumes right there. Great start right here to round number 2, but Varix finds Guggerton for the refrag. But I want to really just highlight the bunker down strategy of the Mira, the Goyo, the Castle, the Malusi. Like, come on, you're not breaking into this. If they really just want to sit down, they're gonna waste time, they're gonna burn you down, they're gonna wear you down, and by the time you get to site, there's gonna be 5 seconds left.
Well, we'll see if those 5 seconds are going to be true for this round. It is still an even playing field, basically the same as we were last round, as it was, of course, before at about the minute and a halfway. But as these highway windows are starting to get opened up, Dark better be careful unless he's going to get swung out by this sledge. Being very cheeky, and there it goes. Varix with the 2-piece. That's going to be onto Dark. And the boys in Seneca are going to have that man advantage. For how long, we will find out. Making a 3-piece, and he's going to be looking for that ace now. Unfortunately, he's going to get stolen, but it doesn't matter. The boys on Waterloo are absolutely overthrown and overtaken. Seneca a lot stronger this time around, leaving for Waterloo in a 1v4. Let's see if Waterloo are going to be going back there, or if they're going to decide to go that cash and CC. No cash and CC. It's gym and bedroom all the way.
Bringing it back to the same site, but what a round 2, and I'm getting like deja vu flashbacks from map number 1, where you'll win a round, we'll win a round, you'll win 2 rounds, we'll win 2 rounds, we'll bring this back to even. Yes, we will. Okay, cool. Maybe we see you in overtime. Maybe we'll end this at round number 11, round number 12. Who knows? That's a long ways away. Only time's going to be able to tell, but hopefully it's going to be Seneca, if you're a Seneca fan, who comes out on top of that one, taking us on over to overtime. Waterloo, wanting to put this one out in 2, are going to need to take a commanding position here on defense here on Oregon, because I feel like I go around and I say, man, this is just very oppressive, defensive side of map after defensive side of map. But you know, Clubhouse, so many angles to cover, a whole lot that they need to pay attention to. Going on into round number 3, what is going to change up here for the operator lineup? What is going to be changing up here for the strategy of Waterloo? A little bit less on the bunker down, a little bit more on the roam aspect, still some traps in pocket, and I do love the addition of this Frost, Bianca.
Frost! Yes, I do as well. I like to see this Frost. I'm sad that there isn't going to be any Mira, and as I was saying this before, having that Mozzie buff definitely kind of skyrocketed his pick rate a lot. So I've seen him a lot. We'll see how well this ends up going. I feel like the castle, I mean, I don't know. Me personally, actually, no. It's good if you want to end up holding that CC, but I feel like last round the hold was just not it, and I feel like half of that has to do with the fact that the Mira was going to be in CC. But regardless, a beautiful C4 coming out. Gug to take down the Ash for the boys on Seneca, leaving the boys at Waterloo at a man advantage for now. We'll see if Seneca are going to be able to refrag that and equalize out that score.
You can't refrag that. I didn't. See, I'm like watching the lineup happen, and I wasn't expecting it to land, and it did. It connected, and Zosik is off the board. What an opening pick. What a statement right here in round number 3. Man, that one surprised me very happily. Let's see if Waterloo can keep it going. Let's see if they can maintain this momentum. A double kill for Goggerton as he knocks Crayon off the board with a beautiful headshot. Keeping the momentum. Pushing right now from Seneca. Goggerton wanting it. He swings, but ends up going down to Khan, who ends up finding him dark, though trading out Varix and getting immediately refragged by Aiden. 2 versus 3 scenario, man advantage still in the pocket of Waterloo.
Let's see. Waterloo just have to hold this out for about another minute, 20 seconds. And, I mean, Seneca did great last round this time and not nearly as good, but still good enough. There is still a lot of time and potential to end up clearing this and making it an even score and then ending up winning out the round. They are also going to have that bomb in hand, but having this Echo is definitely going to be a thorn in their side. Definitely something that they're going to have to deal with. Moving their way in through Logi, there is going to be somebody over by that closet. They are aware, and the pre-fires are going to come out, but a double swing, somebody's going to die. It's going to be Khan to take down. How ironic. And there we go, an equalized out playing field. Waterloo left in a 2v2 now, as they did lose a player. 40 seconds remaining, and the boys on Seneca are looking for the best opening they can. A double swing coming out, beautifully done. It's all up to the Echo in a 1v2. 30 seconds remaining. He knows that he's planning behind that mattress, but now he's giving away his position. He is going to be in the washroom. He's going to have to start swinging. You just saw his body. Are we real? Khan not only gets that diffuser down, but he's going to get that final kill, and beautifully done. The boys on Seneca close out that third round with the deficit in hand, and they come out with the victory on top.
Well, hey, now you're on top. You're leading the charge 2-1 on Clubhouse on your map choice. I mean, we kind of talked about this in the last one. It feels pretty good. And to take 2 rounds back to back off of Waterloo on a dominant site that is that gym site, it's got to be a really great feeling. I want to see some change-ups coming in from Waterloo. And to nobody's surprise, we're going to be heading back down to basement, the site that they ended up dominating way back in round number 1. It just comes down to my thought of Seneca just has the answer to gym. You know, there's a reason they picked this map. They play it all the time. They have the experience. They know what they need to do in order to make it happen. They know how to approach every single angle, what they need to be looking for, and they're showing it right there on that site especially. Maybe that's just the site that they practice constantly. Like, guys, if we're going to be good at one site on one map, it's going to be this one because they looked pretty good.
They did look, I mean, they looked pretty good last map, or last site too, but they just low-key sold that. They low-key sold that. So regardless, this is the only site that they've won. And so hopefully they will be able to win it out again, because that would be unfortunate. Then again, though, it is Seneca's map pick, but on the defensive clubhouse, I mean, you shouldn't have lost that last round period, but regardless, we are going to be seeing a blitz coming in, a Ying as well, a Fink of this. Seems like it's going to be a fast take. I would hope so. They're going to be droning it out, I would assume. Just waiting for the Q to get in there like Swimmer. And there we go. The Blitz and the Ying are going to make their way through. I'm sure the Fink is going to help them out when they can. Blitz getting tagged up like crazy. And oh my god, at 9 HP, I mean, what can you do? He's going to end up taking down 1, though. But unfortunately, 3 kills are going to come out from the side of Waterloo. And there it goes. Is this the dagger? A 4v1. Now, that's going to be unfortunate, as the boys on Waterloo have just absolutely read into Seneca and absolutely done insane. And a run out, I mean, how confident can you get? Gug trying to find that final pick. Won't it be as successful? But 2 minutes remaining. I mean, is it really possible for Khan to win this out? It's just like playing Ring Around the Rosie, a pocket full of bullets. Khan gets taken down, and well, here we go. A great response to the attempted rush that Seneca was trying to.
What an exciting round. I'm sitting here watching this. I'm looking at the lineup. I see a recruit. I see Blitz. I see Finka. I see Ying. I see Zofia. I'm like, yes, 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 yes. I love every bit of it. I'm ready for some action. It's just unfortunate that the execution wasn't there. Great switch up, great attempt, and honestly, you're in this game up roundup scenario. You can take that kind of attempt and be like, okay, you know what? Let's see how this plays out. Granted, you know, right here on what is going to be your final matchup of the season. season. Probably not the time to try things, but I really love the energy because you still have the rest of this map and next map to play. If it works, cool. You can keep up that pressure. You can bring that one back out later on. Maybe go for an aggressive defense when things switch, or, you know, if we do make this all the way to border, hopefully if you are Seneca, you want this to go all the way to border, you can go for that aggressive style rush on the offense and make it happen and pull out some really wild cards. I really love the approach. I really love the attempt. Unfortunately, just didn't work out. No real loss though. I mean, it's 2-2. It's dead even. So gotta feel not terrible about that, but you understood what you were doing. You understood the assignment and you understood what the outcome should have looked like and did end up looking like.
We'll see if this round the boys in Seneca will look any better than last round, because last round was something, that's for sure. Going, however, this gym and bedroom site at Waterloo have not been successful both times coming here. Hopefully looking to be a little bit better. C4 is going to come out, is not going to connect to nothing. And so with that, well, that's one C4 down, and Gug needs to hold his place as best he possibly can. Already that window is going to be none other than Dark. Gug, though, will get a kill for his mates. A 4v4 now, as he is going to continue to hold out CC and Cash as he was the first time around.
Oh, so far, Waterloo has come up rather short here on this site, being 0-2 on it. Verix, though, finding Guggerton, getting a pick on somebody who's been very pivotal here for Waterloo, I want to say, throughout both maps. Great kill, great fragger, I want to say. Knocking him off the map is going to feel really good for Seneca. Allow some pressure to get opened up. And now Mod getting taken on down by Khan. Great headshot coming in from the Seneca. Thatcher, there we go. I had to see which one that was. So sick, though, finishes off Oogs 4 versus 1. Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of sitting here, Bianca. Maybe we don't go gym right now if we're Waterloo. What do you think? Because that's another round in the books for Seneca. 0-3, but 3-0 for Seneca on second floor gym site.
Well, guys, CC and Cash. That's it. That's all I got to tell y'all. Don't do nothing else. There we go. Get that CC and Cash because I don't know. I mean, CC and Cash is supposed to be that tertiary site that you're typically not meant to go unless you actually, win. But doesn't seem like we're winning, and so now we're forced to go here on your last round of defense, hoping to bring the split to a 3-3.
You know, I mean, yeah, go over here to CC. Go first floor. I don't care. Play bar. When does that happen? I think there's other options available.
Honestly, I didn't mean to call you bro, but I remember back, like, this was a while back. I had a friend who literally refused to go CC, and they would always go gym and bedroom, or not gym and bedroom, bar and stage. And I literally had to learn how to do a setup for bar and stage eons ago because they refused to ever go cash in CC.
Man, it's good. It's good practice. It's good to get in that scenario because if you do, here's the thing that I look at it as. Yeah, that is the offsite of offsites here on a map like Clubhouse. If you have the practice on that site, you will really just throw the offense for a loop. How often are they used to practicing playing against that site, even just in matches and anything? They don't have that luxury. So to throw them into such a difficult scenario and put them onto a site like that, I think it's great play. I think it's great potential. Opportunity that doesn't seem to be in Waterloo's playbook at the moment. 3-2. They really want to bring this one on back, ending the half 3-3. But Seneca looking to take this one away, looking to make this a 4-2 half, and they still have defense to play. Main breach already opened on up. The power of the Maverick is shining on through.
We'll see if that Maverick is going to put in any of that work. It's going to be Crayon, who, if you guys don't remember, I will fill you in, was the player to look out for on Seneca. Mooks, however, seems like he might just take on an early interaction, and Varix, well, if he's not careful, he might get taken out early. It seems like both people have kind of withdrawn, or not both people, but it seems like he was withdrawn back from his position that he was earlier. And as for Seneca, well, it seems like they've basically taken up this entire Con and Logi side for their own. Seems like they're just going to be pushing Waterloo back further and further into sight. A couple shots coming out, but unfortunately will not be anything fatal on the side of Seneca. Still a minute and a half, and we're still at a 5v5.
5 versus 5, but take a look at how closely Seneca's pushing on in. Doesn't matter, Oogs. Knocks on down the Gridlock Zosic. The Tuberau on the table, someone we haven't seen all series so far. A lot of kills flying left and right as Vex finds 1. Con finds another. Trade out as Mod finds 2. Crayon off the board, 2 versus 2 scenario. Seneca trying their best to push on in. Varix finds how ironic. And a trade out. Mod finds 1. Varix finishes them off. And that is going to be a 4-2 half for Seneca.
Yeah, and this is the thing, because I feel like Clubhouse is a map where you know it like the back of your hand. And you know, feel like you shouldn't be going down 4-2 on defense. But then again, we saw the same thing happen on Nighthaven as it was Waterloo's pick. So this might just be because of the fact that it is Seneca's pick that they're just doing great. And this is what I like to see. This is what I'm saying when I'm telling y'all the nerve and audacity y'all got for picking a map. You better be good at the defense, and you better be even better at the offense, because more than likely your opponent is, they're going to take D. And that's what, you know, of course they did. And they lose. So, Seneca now on the defense, up 2 rounds. Well, it's looking quite nice for them.
Man, I'm looking at this lineup right now. Take a look at this. I'm looking at Waterloo. We're bringing out the Blitz, the swap from the Ying onto the Grim. There's the Ying being brought back in. I see it. The pieces are coming together. Anything you can do, I can do better. Let's show you how it's done. Okay, they're just toying with me now as they're swapping around. Give me my Ying. I want that. She's a fun operator. You know what? She just goes and rolls out her Candelas and blinds everybody, including her own team, but it's perfectly fine. Time ticking down. We're down in the basement. Let's see if Waterloo can do it better than Seneca on the rush play.
Hopefully, because Seneca's attack was absolutely beautiful, except for, you know, that one round that was shambolic. And, well, those cap cans, 3 of them already gone, done, and out of here. Zosic is going to also take down Dark. That's an early player from Waterloo already off the board. I want to see what's going to be going on with the Blitz. And not only that, but it's going to be the Doga be taken off. That's an annoying operator to get rid of early on. Not only that, but another annoying operator done and dusted is going to be Grim. And I mean, jeez, Gug nearly takes that C4. He takes it to the mouth like a tank. He's going to get DBNO'd but not finished off. And now I'm sure he's a little bit scared. I would be too. Varks to take down Ironic. And, well, he's taking out Gug. This might just be a first flawless. And no, it won't be. But Oogs is going to need to find an ace if he wants to figure out what he's going to do next round, because Seneca being up 5-2, that is putting them in a great position that I'm sure you wouldn't want to be in if you're a Waterloo player.
Oh, we're halfway through the round, and it's a 1v4 scenario. It all comes down to the lone Hibana. I think Oogs is feeling it right now. Take a look at him. He's doing a little bit of a shimmy, doing a little bit of dance, and go sit in the corner and think about your choices. Honestly, take the tech time out. This is exactly what this is right now. Take a tactical timeout, talk to your team, you know, discuss what happened in that round. And maybe it was just the strategy, and it was a good attempt right there. You tried to see if you could do it better, and I have to say they did do it better. Waterloo lasted longer than Seneca did on the rush play. I don't think they all ain't committed to the rush as fast as Seneca ended up doing. What do you guys think? Do you think they committed as hard as you did? No? No, probably not. You do agree. They do think that they committed as hard. Okay, so we have confirmation right there from Seneca. They also feel like Waterloo came in as hard as them, so that does mean that Waterloo just did it better. You have confirmation right there. Thank you, Seneca members.
Seneca members being great and confirming everything with us. Oogs is, well, he's walking down on a death wish. Doesn't seem like it's going to be going too good for him. We got 2 people that are, they're doing something a little bit suspicious. 3, actually. They're doing something a little bit suspicious in the corner. Oogs is going to find 1, but, well, a little bit, well, it seems like he might be a little bit of a munch, but munch no more. He's going to take down that final player, Oogs. And there we go. Seneca putting themselves at a pretty 5-2. Waterloo are doing not nearly as good on their off map than Seneca did on their off map. That's for sure.
Well, great opening round right there for Seneca. They take the opening defensive round, and like we said, this is their map choice, and to come out very confidently 4-2 off of the first half, now 5-2, further extending that gap. One more round separates them from taking this one on over to match point. Way to start off the second half with a bang, and honestly for both of these teams right now. So you're going to take a step back, you're going to assess the situation, Waterloo, and you're going to decide what you need to do right now in order to crack this open. We're heading over to Jim on the second floor, and Seneca has proven that they know the ins and outs of this site.
Hopefully, I mean, it is their map pick, so they should be able to, you know, come out on top every single time. However, Waterloo not putting up any fight at all is a little bit concerning. The Cali is what we're going to be brought out with, along with a fuse. We saw the Cali a lot last game. Let's see how well she is going to be used this time around. We are actually not just going to have this regular fuse, but a fused shield. Double shields, as we are going to have. Not just the blitz, but that fuse as well.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see if this goes a little bit more in their favor. Only time is going to be able to tell on this one. They are going to be pushing right in for the main breach. Yargerton goes and drops a fuse charge. See if he catches anybody in the hall. But, I mean, everybody's kind of bunkered down in a very safe position right now. You got to worry about the mirror over in the bathroom, and I feel like all eyes are going to be pointed in this direction. All guns are going to be pointed in this direction very quickly.
A bomb has been located.
Slow and steady as Waterloo's assessing, do we want to push in here? Do we want to go for the rush play? And the Nitro Rip says, you probably don't. Crayon is ready. Ready to rip it, ready to send it, ready to knock down Waterloo on another aggressive push in. Rips the Nitro, but does not connect onto any of the 5 members of Waterloo lurking around outside.
This is looking a little bit intense. Seems like Crown is gonna have to fall back because the walls are crumbling. Not just that jacuzzi wall, but it's going to be that washroom wall as well. A clip coming out, or not a clip, but a trade coming out and an extra kill for the boys on Waterloo as they make themselves put in a 4v3 situation. Not just that, but they are also going to get that plant down and the shield to cover for them. Smoke coming out and bullets are firing. A 1v4. Poor Mr. Aiden's left. All alone with his MP7 in lodging. Ma D will be the ones who put the final nail in his coffin, the final bullet in his body. And so, finally, Waterloo looking a lot better, a lot stronger. Maybe it's the curse of gym and bedroom.
I don't think we go to gym bedroom anymore, I have to say. And I also do love the blitz mentality of I see person, last person left, go, target acquired. The predator has spotted his prey and I shall chase you to the ends of the earth.
Oh my god, you know what it reminds me of? Is what are they called? The homing launchers, the homing missiles? The ones that just, they shoot and it locks on and it just follows? Is that what it's called?
It's one of those missiles that know where it is, right? Because it knows where it isn't?
Yes, I think it's called the homing launcher or like a homing missile, I think. I only know that because of Fortnite.
I don't know Fortnite. This is a different gun game right now. This is I don't know anything about Fortnite. I don't cast Fortnite, Bianca. I cast Rainbow Six Siege. Come on.
Oh my gosh. We gotta get
dropping,
boys? Casting one day. We do. I'm telling you, Fortnite's where we're at next.
Where are we dropping the Blitz Finka combination this time around? Waterloo wants to keep it. No.
They got off
what are you doing? What are you doing? Give my Blitz back. Bring it back here.
Now I'm disappointed.
Man, I had this whole build up for it. You know, I'm ready to go 3 rounds in a row. We're heading over to CC though. CC Cash. Waterloo tried to do the same thing. Things didn't work out for them over the 3rd time, I should say, in gym, and they decided to go CC Cash. Seneca making the quicker adjustment this time around, but likewise, though, it didn't go favorable for Waterloo when they did make the change. So, will we see a similar scenario for Seneca? Will Waterloo be able to walk away with this one, or are Seneca going to be able to hold this one on off? Is this the adjustment that they needed to take them to match point?
We will see. I mean, that would be great because if you're a Seneca fan, well, you do want this to go as fast as possible. But if you're a fan of Waterloo, you don't want this to go match point at all. Actually, you want to get this done and dusted all over with. It seems like there's going to be a lot of pressure coming in from that jacuzzi side, and Zostic will be the first one to fall. It's going to be the hands of Oogs, but Gug will be the first one to fall in the hands in on the side of Waterloo. Shots coming out, and not only is it going to be a shot, but it's going to be a TK as well. But not without two kids coming. Not kids coming out for him. A little bit of a refrag though, and well, it looks like we're at a 2v2. Finka with giving these boys a little bit of extra XP, but now the HP. But now that she's dead, well, that won't matter anymore. Back up to their regular HP, and a minute and a half remain in this round. We're waiting to see who will come out victorious. It seems like the boys on Seneca are very aware of where Waterloo players are, and where they're going to be pushing in from. As for the boys on Waterloo, well, I'm sure that they don't have that crazy of a clue, but sure they can make a pretty good educated guess on where Seneca players are going to be hiding.
Well, it seems like the drones are going through. Waterloo has spotted the remaining members of Seneca. A little bit of a wraparound coming in, though, as we might end up seeing either a switch on the push. Mod gonna go back up, head back in the same direction, right up red stairs, and he's gonna approach from one side. And how ironic, though, circled around to the others, holding down the angle, wanting to see if they can just catch anybody, but it's just a waiting game. It's a patient game. They're trying to see if they can find one individual, catch one person off guard. The smokes are ripped, though, by the Capitao, and that is not going to be too nice. Push in, though. Mod is in sight, watching steadily. You looked away from the one hole. Doesn't connect. Aiden ends up founding. How ironic. Mod inside sight, ends up finding one onto Aiden. The last shots go. Mod is down. Khan gets it, and Seneca take us to match point.
Oh my gosh, as soon as he stopped watching the hole. Well, that is going to be unfortunate. Valiant effort for the boys on Waterloo. But it will not be enough. Well, the boys on Waterloo are going to have a steep hill to climb. 3 rounds in a row. If you want to see OT, if you want to do this in 2, if you're, if you're a little bit of an adventure seeker, a thrill seeker, a suspense wanter, well, then maybe we are going to go map 3. And it seems more than likely that we will be Seneca bringing us down to the basement. First time they came here was spectacular.
Absolutely. Moving on down to the basement site for round number 10, where Seneca Esports are trying their hardest to put themselves on in to seal the deal here and take us to map 3. Waterloo, they came in with a very aggressive approach to the basement site the last time around. I'm seeing a similar style with a little bit of a change up. Now they will have a lot more first floor control, and that they're going to try to take with the Ram, with the Hibana. But take a look at the Grim, the Ying, and the Blitz. Again, I love this. I love this approach. It shows that you got to get aggressive. You can get in there. And there's some really great pro teams talking about all the time about, the 30-second meta sucks. They're like, yeah, the 30-second meta, it's there. It is what it is, but it's also not there at the same time. The teams who think that the 30-second meta is the only way to play the game are the ones who are really just lacking in the offensive department. Maybe Waterloo's showing us that the offensive department is still there. We can still run and gun. We can still get out in there and beat Gogerton on the blitz to find the opening pick onto Zosik, the Legion, off the board.
That is a great early pick, and it seems like it's going a lot better. I mean, last time they had a blitz, it was just shambolic for the boys on Waterloo, and so now it's looking a little bit better. That 4v5 is sitting quite nicely, but I mean, that's only 1 kill. You got to start establishing a lot of space, making your way through. Already Ram to make some vert, but how well that will be used, we will find out. They have all the necessary pieces in place. They just need to start getting that execute down.
Oh, kitchen floor ripped on open by the Ram. This is a really good position for Waterloo. They have all eyes into sight, trying to see if they can find any of the members. And, well, pings are flying. They have drones inside. They know how many are in there. This is looking really nice and comfortable for Waterloo. Now it just comes down to the execution. Gogerton rotated around to take a look at this. They're inches apart from each other. The spectator privilege that we have to know that they are both eyeing each other up ever so closely. Grims have been spotting out some members. The Ying Candelas go down 1 HP. Is the Hibana planting the diffuser? Gogerton on the ground. People are still alive. Look at how many people are low, just sitting on the ground. Khan, Gogerton both low. Aiden ends up connecting onto Oogs. Varix finds Dark. Crayon connects with the Nitro. And now the diffuser is down. Unfortunately, not able to find it. The pickup is there, and it's a 1 versus 4 scenario. 1 versus 3 scenario. 3 versus 0 scenario. That's it. That's the map. Seneca win map number 2, and we're going to map 3 border.
Yikes. That. They had that early advantage. You got all the pieces in place. You just need to make the right execute. And you didn't. That's unfortunate from the boys on Waterloo, as they are going to lose out that second map. But as for the boys on Seneca, I'm sure they're happy because this gives them another chance to win out. Hopefully in map 3, if you are, of course, a fan of Seneca. If you're not a fan of Seneca, well, it's anybody's game. Now whoever wins goes home with the trophy no matter what, which will be on probably one of my least favorite maps, Consulate. Womp, womp, womp. So that's going to be kind of sad, but hey, if you like Consulate, you like Consulate. I don't,
Well,
but
we watched
I'm sure
earlier
people
this
do.
week with Waterloo, well, I should say last week with Waterloo on Consulate. They chose the map, and things did not really go in their favor. They found it very difficult to find a good foothold on offense. Well, I should say on defense, and then again on offense. So a little bit better, hopefully, this time around. We're going to be seeing from Waterloo. Will they be able to pull it on back? What do you think? Do you have any predictions for how this one is going to go? They're starting on defense this time around instead of offense.
Who is starting on defense? And I'll tell
Waterloo.
you. What
Waterloo starting on.
Waterloo. So I think Waterloo. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I think that the momentum that the boys in Seneca have, I definitely think that Seneca are going to win this 7-4.
Oh, okay. 7-4. You hear that right there? Keep that in mind. We'll see if that's going to be the outcome. We're going to go to a quick intermission before jumping on into map number 3, the decisive victory map. This is where it all comes down to who is going to walk away 3rd place, who is going to end up in 4th. We'll be right back with the Canadian Collegiate League in just a few minutes. You sit tight.
Ooh.
Going to get planted. Uniquely is almost got it. 2-2. Actually finds Sonic. Canadian no name finishes off as Pro. The diffuser planted. Bulbous finds Uniquely. Canadian finds actually the 1v1 scenario with the diffuser down. The big rap coming in from Bulbous. TMU needs to get this one. He's gonna sneak up right behind him. Can he find him? He knows. He gets it, and Canadian finishes it off. Windsor walk away 2-0 tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
He's in piano.
Gridlock is in cigar. Gridlock in cigar. He was on piano. On piano. Oh, nice shot. Oh! Oh!
Taking care of open is for the taking, at least unless somebody comes in and tries to play.
3rd time's a charm. There you go. Strike via post. Get that mirror window down. Helio ends up finding a second. But Helio finds a 3rd. 4-2. Ladies and gentlemen, do we see the ace, the quad for Helio? Eyeballs the last. There it is. An ace in the pocket of Helio. Helio is back. TMU is back. We are getting closer, but it is still match point.
Windsor has not picked Monty once. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're in round 4 right now, and so far. I have not seen a single Monty pickup.
Yeah.
Are we, is it an us thing? Do we just like the Monty a lot? Caught in the rotation hole. Actually, the rotation hole wasn't big enough for you. Uniquely, gonna end up getting the opening pick here of the round for you, Windsor.
And even though it's down to a 2v5, the position they're in right now is so strong that it's gonna be able to get 3 kills! What is going on? Set up the air jabs to watch flanks, so they can just get right in there and probably not even have to worry about CCTV or anything. Just get in there and flank that.
1, 2, 3!
Boom, boom, boom! Mod wants you in his room!
holes from below the site. One's on the holes, one on the bird holes. By the people on chassis. Look below you.
Where's last? Where's last?
Below you. Oh shit.
Oh wait, I didn't kill him?
Nice go.
On his cam. Still on his cam. Still on his cam right here. Another one's still on his cam. Off cam.
Oh my fucking
Last one's
god!
master, last one's master, last one's
Yo.
master.
Yo, this guy just hit a fucking clip, bro. Holy shit.
Hold on, let me.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah, so he's gotta watch out for that. Oh, nice one. That Claymore and Gugger with a quick flick into Fountain. Takes down Otter and he knows through the wall and he sees it. That's unbelievable. And he gets the call out from his teammate. There's somebody's above hatch and he makes the play for it. He drops it. Oh my god.
He gets the ace. What?
Defenders have disabled the bomb diffuser. Bomb diffuser.
I spoke too soon. That was.
Attackers have recovered
30
their diffuser.
seconds left to go. Diffuser going down. Of course, it's a bait. Goes for the pre-fire. Doesn't end up finding it, but wraps. And Helio ends up getting the triple kill, tied up 1-1. But the HP bars would say otherwise. The tuber out full. The buck not at all. Down he goes. The buck ends up finding it. Helio getting another one, getting the quad, and putting us one up for TMU in overtime.
Je sais pas si Georgian peuvent récupérer de ça. No, oui, on l'a vu. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. No way, bro!
God, quite cool.
What are we doing? Georgian! Wake up! Is this our... In there, like swimwear, Fico. Another pick. Arthur le volé. Oh, Fico. Ah, Fico qui fait des wallbangs. Silver Chief. Il est tellement bon. Il est tellement bon. Je veux l'arrêter. Ça marque. Watch Hitbox, c'est le dernier. Et c'est là.
Un autre, c'est 0. C'est rock.
What a round. On peut pas prendre. Ok. Big pig. Big pig. Flankade. Come on.
Dogs. Mr. Augie, what
Forky,
can you
let's
do?
go!
He's right there on the other side of the wall. You better watch out.
Damn. On a
Going to get planted. Uniquely is almost got it. 2-2. Actually finds Sonic. Canadian no name finishes off as Pro. The diffuser planted. Bulbous finds Uniquely. Canadian finds actually the 1v1 scenario with the diffuser down. The big wrap coming in from Bulbous. TMU needs to get this one. He's gonna sneak up right behind him. Can he find him? He knows. He gets it, and Canadian finishes it off. Windsor walk away 2-0 tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
He's in piano. Gridlock is in cigar. Gridlock in cigar. He was on piano. On piano. Oh, nice shot. Oh! Oh!
You're taking care of open is for the taking, at least unless somebody comes in and tries to play.
Third time's a charm. There you go. Strike via post. Get that mirror window down. Helio ends up finding a second. But Helio finds a third. 4-2. Ladies and gentlemen, do we see the ace? The quad for Helio. Eyeballs the last. There it is. An ace in the pocket of Helio. Helio is back. TMU is back. We are getting closer, but it is still match point.
Windsor has not picked Monty once.
Yeah, Bianca, I was gonna say, we're in round 4 right now, and so far. I have not seen a single Monty pickup.
Yeah.
Are we Is it an us thing? Do we just like the Monty a lot? Uh-oh. Caught in the rotation hole. Actually, the rotation hole wasn't big enough for you. Uniquely, gonna end up getting the opening pick here of the round for you, Windsor.
And even though it's down to a 2v5, the position they're in right now is so strong that it's gonna be able to get 3 kills! What is going on? Set up the air jabs to watch flanks so they can just get right in there and probably not even have to worry about CCTV or anything. Just get in there and flank that.
1, 2, 3!
3! Boom, boom, boom! Mod wants you in his room!
Holes from below in sight. One's on the holes, one on the bird holes. One of the people on chassis. Look below you.
Where's left? Where's left?
Below you. Oh shit.
Oh wait, I didn't kill him?
On his cam. Still on his cam. Still on his cam right here. Another one's still on his cam. Off cam.
Oh my fucking god!
Lost his master.
Yo, this guy just hit a fucking clip, bro. Holy shit.
Hold on, let me. Oh my fucking god!
Yeah, idiot. So he's gotta watch out for that. Oh, nice on that Claymore. Gugger with a quick flick into Fountain. Takes down Otter, and he knows through the wall, and he sees it. That's unbelievable, and he gets the call out from his teammate. There's somebody's above hatch, and he makes the play for it. He drops it. Oh my god!
He gets the ace! What?
Defenders have disabled the bomb diffuser. Bomb diffuser.
I spoke too soon. That was...
Attackers have recovered
30
their diffuser.
seconds left to go. Diffuser going down. Of course, it's a bait. Goes for the pre-fire. Doesn't end up finding it, but wraps. And Helio ends up getting the triple kill, tied up 1-1. But the It all comes down to this map 3 Consulate, the final battleground in this place matchup, the third place matchup of the Canadian Collegiate League. Both Seneca Esports and the University of Waterloo have shown incredible resilience throughout the series, but only one can claim the podium. Waterloo has opted to start on defense this time around, a key change from the previous semifinal match on this map where they struggled on offense. Bianca, with the stakes at their highest, what do you think Waterloo needs to adjust to ensure success on Consulate?
They just gotta lock in. Honestly, we are coming off a map 2. The momentum that the boys on Seneca had was amazing. And like I said, I had a prediction. Although I do want Waterloo to win, I think that Seneca are gonna take it 7-4 just because the fact that they have the advantage of having that snowball momentum effect. Waterloo just have to kind of adapt and work around that. Map 1, they ended up winning. I mean, it was quite close, but they ended up winning. You just got to adapt to the play style of the boys in Seneca. They're not like a crazy untouchable team. These teams seem pretty evened out, and so it really just comes down to who's winning their ones, you know, in most situations.
Absolutely. Who's winning their ones? That's a really great point. And honestly, despite the earlier struggles here in the series, but also the last time they were on this map, starting on defense could give Waterloo the stability they need to kick things off strong. Their adaptability throughout this tournament has been absolutely impressive. And, you know, they can bring that same energy here. They have every chance to shine, secure third place. But let's see what goes down? Who gets removed? What kind of changes end up happening? Bans time here in game number 3.
I'm hoping for a Monty. I say Monty Blitz. And then I'm going to say Valk and Fenrir.
Monty Blitz,
what I'm-
Valk, Fenrir. Okay, let my boy Monty be free. You know, he deserves his time in the shine. He deserves his... Come on, let him play the game. He's just a poor... Look at him. He's upset. You just take him off the map. You don't give him an opportunity. And I wonder what kind of adaptation, though, Seneca's going to bring it out. Are they going to change things up? Is it just going to be removed to Deimos again? Deimos has a lot of potential on this map. We talk about information being so critical, and it just feels like that's an essential thing on a strong majority of the map. It is going to be Deimos who gets knocked down out of here.
Am I going crazy, or did you talk real like? Did he talk really fast, or was that my like stuff like trying to catch up? Oh, it was me. Oh my God, you literally was like.
You're going crazy.
I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, you're talking faster than me. Like I thought I talked fast sometimes, especially in the, last second situations. But regardless, well, I was wrong. I'm right now 1 for 3. Deimos off the board. Azami, I should have known, but I was like, you know what? I think they're gonna let Azami run free. Unfortunately, that will not be the case. Waterloo, the last team. Let's see. I mean, I'm looking for a Valk or a Fenrir. A Valk is what we're at, and well, this looks like the exact same bans as we had last map.
Yeah, absolutely. And to remove the Valkyrie, another great information operator. One of the ones you did end up mentioning, though, was a Fenrir. And I gotta say, this is an operator that did go banned all day today and has seen
hasn't got
very
played.
little play. It's been
Yeah.
played once, I want to say. I very much could be wrong, but something in the back of my head says I saw it one time, and that was
Think
really about
so.
it.
I
All right.
honestly don't think so. Like, my memory is horrible, honestly. But I'm saying this with full confidence.
My
I don't
memory is
think we
horrible,
saw
but I'm going to
Fenrir.
disagree with you.
Yo, don't kill me. No. But I feel like I'm so confident with the fact that they didn't go Deimos 1. Or not Deimos, sorry. Yeah,
Fenrir?
no ish, they wouldn't go Deimos.
You know what? I'm going to go back after
Man.
this. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find the Fenrir,
I
and
feel
I'm
like
going to
he
say,
has
ha,
it.
ha, 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 ha.
I just hacked out the...
I'm gonna give you
anyway.
I'm gonna laugh. We're here going down. Prep phase getting off the board. Take a look at the amount of utility locked out in this corner. Map 3 consulate is underway here on the second floor, a site that demands precise utility usage and coordinated position. And honestly, it all comes down to this. This is the shining moment. This is the map decider. And this is the final moment for these two teams this season.
Oh man, oh man, until next season starts up, but this is gonna secure them 3rd place, and what better way to do it than map 3? The final map, which means this could literally be, we're literally back to basics. This is a BO1 basically. Let's start off fresh. From the beginning, a BO1, whoever wins this takes it home for the taking. And so with that, of course, a little bit of establishment coming through. What I am a little bit sad about, typically when attacking on this side, I love seeing those fast rushes with the Ying, Grim, having the Buck come below, and having the Amaru. That won't be the case. The Lion also a great addition to that, but unfortunately, seems like that won't be the case at all. Maybe a little bit more of a soft core version of it. Regardless, Oogs, very low on HP, needs to be careful. We'll get taken down by Zosik, and of course, well, we're gonna be at a 5v4 in favor of the boys on Seneca so far.
A piano take is honestly very critical in my opinion for Waterloo. Like, Seneca being able to just get on in there, it really shuts down a lot of the utility. And already, the members of Seneca pushing on in, closing on site as Crayon knocks down one himself. How ironic, off the board, 2 members off on Waterloo. 1, almost 2 for Seneca. And Crayon finds himself another, he finds Mod D. Gungerton, though, finishes off Crayon, finds the refrag. Great pickup right there, but I mean, you're bringing this all down to, I wanted to say Gungerton and Dark, but Dark off the board now as Varix ends up finding the kill. Gungerton with the Nitro gets refragged immediately, and round number 1 is Seneca.
I feel like always in these in these 2vx situations, it's always Gug and Dark, but unfortunately, well, it seems like Seneca's already going to win their first offensive map. Like I said, they've already got the ball rolling, so they are kind of already on that bit of momentum. The boys on Waterloo are going to have to do a little bit more if they want to win this out, going back upstairs to the second floor, changing up a couple of things this time around. Hopefully, they will see a little bit more success. As the boys on Seneca, well, all they have to do is continue to fight long and hard and do their best, like they did last round. An amazing way to close out round one. Not only that, but round one sets the tone for a lot of the map as well. So it's great to have that under your belt already.
Great to have it under your belt. We'll see if they're able to turn this one around as time's ticking down here in the prep phase. Couple different things here in the lineup that we end up seeing. You know, we're bringing in an Oryx this time around. You think this is going to change up anything in terms of just the mobility, looking for another run out that Guggerton did back close to the end on the previous map on Clubhouse?
I mean, I would hope that that's going to be the case, but honestly, I feel like he's just going to be able to kind of use this to kind of be a little bit of a thorn to the side of Seneca. Seneca did a great job last round of making their way in fast. I feel like they didn't waste too much time, and they kind of just got in there and did what they had to do with ample time to spare. So hopefully Gug will be able to kind of slow them down a tad bit. That little drone mishap will happen, but won't really be that much of a big deal. We'll see. Gug right now on that first floor, what he's planning to do to these players. Piano is where he's going to be located. Maybe trying to see if somebody would go from below just like that Buck did last round. Unfortunately, though, Seneca not bringing Buck this round at all.
No Buck this time in the pockets of Seneca. We'll see if they have other ways to break down the utility and open up some floors. I tell you though, Varric's opening up How Ironic's head, knocking him on down and out of here. Look at the HP on the Dark, doing his best to run on out, gets flushed out and gets removed. Crayon finds Dark. Oogs though finds Khan though in response. 4 versus 3, making it 3 versus 3 as Guggerton finds Varix. Guggerton finds Crayon. A double kill right now for Guggerton. Oogs gets knocked on down by Aiden. It's a 2 versus 2 scenario. And you got a bunker down operator that the Goyo, and you got this Oryx running around that is Guggerton being an absolute menace all series long, I should say. Maybe all season long as well. A minute and a half still to go here in the round though, and a slow pace, and now teams are kind of easing on in, I should say, but Aiden just finds Mod. What a shot right there.
That's going to be a great kill from the side of Seneca. Gug left in a 1v2. If it's anybody to win it out, it will be Mr. Guggerton, the man you got to watch out for. Unfortunately, he's going to be put in a bad situation. Aiden is going to start to plant that bomb, and as Gugger's flash is going to take down one, looking for that quad to close out the round, but Zosek, well, he's going to take him down on that piece of door, and unfortunately, well, now the boys on Waterloo down 0-2. Where will they go? I'm going to assume the basement is where we're looking at next, and that is where we are headed. Cafeteria and garage.
Seneca Esports doubling down with another win on that second floor site, putting University of Waterloo in an early 0-2 hole on their map pick. Seneca's consistency and execution are really proving difficult for Waterloo to counter so far. You know, you take a look at here on this map and then on Waterloo's previous map choice, it's just been Seneca putting up some absolute difficult pressure against Waterloo. I gotta say, you know, Seneca's doing a really good job of just holding it to him. Waterloo struggled on offense on this map last week. And if we remember, back in their semifinals matchup, here we're on defense and they're already 0-2. It's not a good feeling. You gotta take a second to ask yourself what kind of adjustments we need to make to bring this one into a better state here in the first half, because I mean, we get back-to-back wins, we still have to go to an offsite, which means there's still potential to close this first half out 3-3. And I don't think that's a position you want to be in if you're Waterloo.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, especially, you know, with the defense. Defense is meant to be a bit of that advantage. But I mean, like I said, Seneca have their own advantage because they did end up bringing the momentum from the previous game over to this one. So they're already off to a good start. Not only that, but Waterloo just seems to be kind of being outplayed in a lot of these scenarios. Even last map, they just seem to be losing stuff that they shouldn't, and, you know, just end up kind of losing leads that they have. Waterloo not really being able to adapt that well to Seneca. Akil is gonna come out. It's gonna be an instant refry, if I do say so myself. Varix is gonna be taking down Gug as Gug takes down Crayon. So with that, we're at a 4v4 decently early on, but make it a 4v3 as Varx is going to find yet another one. It's going to be Madi, another huge contributor to the boys on Waterloo, but as he's gone, well, a 4v3 is what we're at, and although Varx is at low HP, well, he's still alive and kicking it.
Dark ends up finding Khan. Zosic, though, finishing off how ironic 3 versus 2 scenario. Man advantage for Seneca, but take a look at those HP bars. 14 on Varix, 24 on Zosic. Definitely not a good feeling. I mean, 30 on Dark on the opposite end of things. There's some patient play that really needs to come in for both sides, but Oogs is gone. The healthiest member next to Aiden, the healthiest member of Waterloo, off the board. Zosic finding the pickup right now. It all comes down to Dark, all comes down to the Vigil circling on around. Diffuser is going on down. A minute and a half still left on the clock, but it's not going to matter. Ooh, Dark Twin is going to have to retake sight. And now with the diffuser on down, all eyes know exactly where this Vigil is. I'll salute you, my friend. I wish you the best, but right now, you're not surviving. A third attack round in a row victory for Seneca. They are coming out swinging right now. They want to put this one away. They want to win, and they want to take third place.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for the boys. And I was actually just thinking about this. I'm like, if I'm Waterloo, I'm thinking maybe I take a timeout. I figure out what is going wrong because it seems like they just can't get picks or they just can't win their ones at all, which is unfortunate. You know, seeing it go down, 3-0-3 right now. The best case scenario, you're looking at a 3-3 on split, which after losing 3 rounds in a row, is it real? And it's not just very close rounds. They're not really that close, right? Except for that second round that was the post plant. But regardless, you're down 0-3. Think logically. Are you really, really going to bring this back, have split be 3-3? I mean, it's possible, but it's definitely hard. And I think that this timeout is kind of needed. I've told you about the statistic before. 70% of teams that end up calling the timeout end up winning the round immediately after. This is the buildup that we need. This is something that Waterloo, they got to lock in. But I'm not going to lie. I feel like no matter how long of a timeout or how long of a break Seneca, are on, I feel like the potential and the momentum that they have, I don't think they're going to be losing this. And I feel like regardless of this timeout, they're going to end up winning.
I mean, take a look right now at Seneca's members. Zosic 5-0, Varix 5-1. These two players are really just leading the charge together, being an absolute unit. And so much utility, so much pressure coming in from the remainder of Seneca's team. But man, Zosic and Varix have really been standing out. And Zosic himself has been standing out all day today. Just being an absolute dominant kill leader, as I mentioned, getting out there, dropping the frags, dropping the important members, really just keep it in check. People like Guggerton, people like Oogs, who were looking absolutely phenomenal throughout the first series. Guggerton, who's just been looking phenomenal as well throughout the entirety of the series here for Waterloo. He's kind of been the opposite end, but Guggerton, look at that. As I'm singing your praise right now, you'll find the opening pick, a spawn peek on the con. Praising, come on, praising.
Glazing.
Praising, definitely praising.
Glazing like a donut, but don't worry, I do the same to Gug. And I remember we were casting last week and I was glazing the heck out of Madi. My boy Gug, though, deserving all the glaze that he gets like a donut. Let me give it to him. He's got 2 picks on his hand right now. A 5v3 is putting Waterloo at a great advantage. Maybe the statistic is right, and maybe that timeout is all he needed. Let Madi taking down Crayon. Beautifully done. We're at a 5v2, and as I was saying, Madi and Gug, amazing. Hit him with it. We might just see the flawless. Never mind, I spoke too soon.
Every time you call this the flawless, it just immediately swings right back. As soon as you're about to call flawless. Oh man, 4 versus 1 scenario though, with triple kill right now for Guggerton, looking for the quad, trying to find the last remaining. Remember, it's Zosic who's lurking around on the first floor. Shots trading back and forth. Zosic has been spotted out, and now a collapse on to the Zofia's position comes in. Members of Waterloo are hunting him on down. There's still a minute 15 to go. He can take his time, but I mean, when you're up against 4 members of Waterloo, I wish you the best right now. Waterloo wanting to strip away their first round here of the night, and there it is as Mod finds Zosik, closes out the round, and as you call, after the timeout, it's Waterloo.
Boom! So the statistic is usually correct. Not all the time correct, but I love putting it out there anyways. Just, like, it's a little thing, it's a little cheeky little thing that I learned from one of my great casting buddies, and I'm bringing it here, and now you can say that you learned it from the one, the only Big
Pancake Monster.
Bianca in the building, the Pancake Monster, the Crepe Monster, the everything type of monster. I'm everything and nothing at the same time. Remember me, because I'll be here for a while. But anyways, I digress. Waterloo putting themselves finally at a round win. Can they do it? And can they do it as swiftly and as dominantly as they did it last round? They're an amazing team, and they're just off to a bad start. That's what I want to tell myself. That's what I want to believe. I want to see that split go 3-3.
I mean, I want to see it. Waterloo wants to see it. All of Waterloo's fans want to see it. They want to see this one get tied on up. They want to see Waterloo have a good comeback here on defense. But, I mean, we just talked about it a moment ago. Winning 3 rounds in a row means a 3rd round needs to go to an offsite, needs to go to a first floor site. It's going to be a difficult one. It's going to be an uphill battle. Mount Everest is in front of them, and they have to start climbing because Seneca are ready to walk out with the first half in a very commanding position. Shots rip on through onto Varix, half his HP now off the board. Good 30-second start right now for Guggerton, who's just doing Guggerton things.
Gug doing his Gug plays, and he might just hit a little bit. Oh, someone said some Gug Tua. Let me talk Tua real quick. If I believe if Waterloo do end up winning this, we might actually be talking to Gug. So that might be interesting. Did I leak something a little bit? Anyways, not gonna be Gug to take a down con. It's gonna be Mondi instead. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out something that can go with taking them down, like I don't know. Anyways, doesn't matter who's gonna get taken down. Is going to be Dark, but Mondi will get another pick under his belt, and so well, we actually got a lot of picks under our belt. Mod with the 3-piece, and Gug, I believe, to get that other one. It's going to be up to be a Varix to win out.
Waterloo. Waterloo turning this one right on around. The production train is derailing. It's getting off at the next station. We're rolling this one right on over into the dirt, into the ditch, and we're going to hope for the best. If you're on board, make sure to strap on up and pray for your lives because we are taking you along with us on this journey, on this trip. 3-1, make it a 2-1 scenarios. Varix ends up finding how ironic Oogs and Mod are the last 2 remaining members of Waterloo. Can still hold this out, but against the 13 HP Ash, that is Varix. Can he make it happen? Down the hall is Mod, understands exactly where Varix is going to have his number. And well, I mean, the Malusi has just completely called him out. Now having to circle around, look at this one. The patience between these 2 players right now. He can see him through the crack of the shield. Doesn't want to push in, needs to push in. Oogs closing on in. And so far, little steady pace, 30 seconds still to go. Varix just caught in such a difficult position. Really between a rock and a hard place right now.
No, I was gonna say, like, he's literally has to walk through, and he's getting double swung no matter what. They're hearing this guy's beans, and that's it. He's walking into no man's land, and that's what he did. A valiant effort, but it's not gonna be enough. The boys on Waterloo doing great, as they should. 3-2, the last round before split. We could very likely bring it 3-3. Which is what I'd want to see. I'm rhyming, give me a beat, I'm on fire, can't stop me. Ow!
University of
God.
Waterloo following up another round win back there in round number 5, building off the momentum of that timeout. I mean, hey, maybe that timeout was just such a big factor. They were able to take a step back and just assess their situation and say, guys, you know, let's collect ourselves. We know what we need to do. We know how we need to play. That mental game needs to be put in. They're showing signs of life here on Consulate. Their defensive adjustments are starting to pay off, narrowing the gap and putting some pressure back on Seneca Esports, but we're still inside the first half. Here's that offsite we were talking about, Bianca. Now that we have to defend a first floor site, what are some of our thoughts going through our heads?
Thoughts that are going through my head is
I might have made a mistake, chat.
I would want Waterloo. I would like to see this go 3-3. I think that Waterloo have great momentum right now, and Seneca are having a hard time answering to it. I'm not honestly sure what the mentality that has changed in Waterloo to make them so powerful and so strong, but I like it, and I'm glad that it's happening. Gug, though, we got Gug Tua to take down Aiden. Beautifully done. A 5v4 already. It seems like what's really changed is how aggressive the boys on Waterloo are deciding to play. I'm liking it. I'm liking all the action. I hope that they continue to do this. Seneca need to figure out a response, and they need to figure one out fast.
Oh, one member off the board for the offense for Seneca. Waterloo with the man advantage on their final defensive round here. Something that stands out to me is this, who we're looking at right now. Dark over here. I have not seen this operator in so long, and the name is Thunderbird. Oh, there we go. We won't see it anymore.
She's gone.
That was just a quick swift. I'm sitting here like trying my best to recall the name, and just bam, immediately just taken right off the table. Oh, 1-for-2 trade right now, though. Man advantage now in Seneca's favor.
I like that. I like that. Seneca doing all they can to stay in this game. And they might leave split off at that 4-2 webbing. It might be nice, but it seems like this entire top floor is going to be in control of the boys on Seneca. Not really going to have to worry about anybody else. I mean, except for none other than Mod D, the man, the myth, the legend is going to come through. Top to him. Unfortunately, he's only going to kill one before he gets taken out. Would have been great, but that won't be the case, and so Seneca now still with that man advantage. We'll see how far they're able to go with just about a minute remaining. Lots of time to make their way through and win.
Plenty of time still to go. 50 seconds on the board. Oogs, though, finds Crayon through the floorboards. They're in the walls. They're in the floor. Watch out for them because Oogs has their number. And a headshot from Oogs onto Khan. A double kill for Oogs. Man advantage swinging right back around. Look at the close, tense push right now. The shotgun from around the corner. Look at him. Immediately backs on up. Drops in the flash. Doesn't know about the other member sitting right around the corner. Swings it. Goes for it. He does know. And the swing in. Zosik ends up getting both. The attackers win. Seneca come out the first half 4-2.
No way that just happened. Oh my God, Zosik, an absolute clutch factor, the daddy that owns the league. Amazing. Oh my God, how are you at such a disadvantage and yet you still come out on top? That is literally like a 99-1 rate. Like 99 times out of 100, you're losing that. But Zosik showing us that he is the one who knocks, and knocks is what he does. Sprayed him down. I think that was a SMG-12 and let it ring for longer than he'd like, longer than the boys on Waterloo would like. And so leaving split at a 4-2. Well, that ain't too shabby if I do say so myself.
Ain't too shabby at all. Here we are now switching sides. Seneca 4-2 in the first half here on Consulate, on Waterloo's map. They have to be feeling pretty good about this one. And I tell you what, I'm taking a look at this one. I'm seeing things on both sides right now that I absolutely love. The Ying, the Grim, the Amaru on one side, and all the while on the other side, the Lord himself is here. Crayon on the Tachanka. Oh man, I love this pick.
Well, the pig, he tried to get a little bit jiggy with it. Unfortunately, I mean, he ain't feeling too jiggy right now. This is going to reinforce up that single wall. I forget every time what it's called. I keep on thinking it's coffin, but I think it might be conference. I have no clue. But whatever, this is the setup that I love to see. This is the one that I'm always raving about, where I talk about having that Ying, having the Amaro, having the Grim, having the Buckle below. I would like to see a Lion instead of the Ash, I will not lie. But regardless, that's what it is, and I absolutely love it so much. I'm hoping to see an electric first start of offense for the boys on Waterloo, as those 2 defensive rounds that they won were great last round. It would have been amazing. Unfortunately, that got kind of cut it a little bit quick, but here we go. The execute just waiting for the ring in their ear to let them know, hey guys, let's start getting in there. And well, here it begins. A couple of yings here, a couple of yings there. Just about 2 minutes on the board. The boys on Seneca waiting for the execute.
Well, the Yin Candelas come on out, but the smoke is there. Honestly, there's so much denial for the push-in from Waterloo, and I do believe this is a very similar approach that they ended up doing back in their matchup on last week Wednesday on this map when they were on offense. You know, they wanted to rush the Amaru Grim right through this one window, and Seneca has come in with a response. This tells me they've done a VOD review on Waterloo. I mean, take a look at the amount of pressure that they have. Goyo, Smoke, and Tachanka. These are all operators who are going to prevent you from getting that execute actually down. Khan ends up finding Dark, the lurking Ash, running on through, but Gargartin ends up finding Zosik. The Fragger finds Fragger. 4 versus 4 scenario now. Seneca still holding out, still on defense, but Gargartin ends up finding Aiden. A double kill for Gargartin. 60 seconds still to go on the clock.
There is a lot of time left for the boys on Waterloo, but a great start to this round already. And the execute that hasn't even been fully made yet. Of course, Crayon's still waiting with that Tachanka, but a 3-piece for Gug looking for that ace. He's going to find Varix first, and well, with 30 seconds remaining, somebody's going to have to do something now on Waterloo. They're going to have to start getting in Amaru, having that bomb at hand. Of course, Gug staying up below it to be cheeky. Here come those Tachanka flames. Oof, to get taken down by Crayons. Another kill is coming out. A 1v2 situation turns into a, looks like a 1v1, as Mod D is going to be DBN. Noted it was Gug below. And unfortunately, coming all the way from downstairs, obviously, you don't have that many ways to come into sight. Not only that, but not a lot of time. And although Waterloo were looking great that round, well, Seneca was able to hold it down even better, pushing themselves at 5-2, winning their first defensive round.
Winning the first defensive round, first round of the half, 5-2, which means we are 1 step away from a Seneca match point. From a Seneca third place, 2 rounds away from that one coming into fruition. Can they hold out here on basement, bridge the gap, and bring us right there into those final moments here for Season 1 CCL between Seneca and Waterloo? It all comes down to this. One more moment before the final moment. I'm just so nervous right now for Waterloo. You know, you're in such a difficult position. What kind of adaptations do we need to see? What needs to change up for them? What is missing? What's the missing piece here?
Honestly, Seneca, I think, are just, that last defensive round was great. They had the disadvantage, and it was harder for them to, you know, be able to control what was going on. But, you know, Waterloo weren't able to crack the defense of Seneca. Having that Tachanka alive, having all of that put into play, it's really hard to be able to make your way through. And Seneca just honestly had a great defense. You know, when you're doing an execute like that, you have to get rid of pivotal, you know, operators on the defensive side. But if you're not able to, it's going to be a lot harder. And obviously, the rounds don't go on forever. You know, this, you know, at some point, the time has to run out. And so Seneca doing a great job defending will obviously let that timer run out as best as possible, leaving Waterloo a little bit helpless. But who is going to be helpless is Khan, as he's going to be taken out first. A 4v5 with just about 2.25 of the round remaining minutes, I should say. And well, Waterloo having this advantage. Hopefully they're able to crack on Seneca's defense, because they haven't been able to before. Gug, though, going down.
Guggerton just falling down. Zosik saying, hey, about last round, let me get you back for this one. Zosik getting the pickup on Guggerton. 1-for-1 trade overall. It's a 4 versus 4 scenario. We're getting about halfway through the round, and take a look at this one. Waterloo closing in on the site. They're going to breach in from the kitchen side and see if they can open things up from here. Good shot in from Varix, though, to knock down Dark, a member off the board from Waterloo. A minute and a half still to go. Can he find it? Varix finds Mod. A double kill for Varix. Closing in ever so tightly, ever so slightly. They're doing their best to hold on. 2 versus 4. 2 versus 3 as Oogs finds Zosik. Varix finds a third. Varix finds the quad kill here to take us on into match point.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Seneca doing a great job. Their defense, strong as ever, a lot better than the offense. Although their offense was absolutely amazing, I gotta say their defense is damn near impenetrable. You like that big word? Because I pulled it out. Just for this, impenetrable fortress is what we're looking at, and Seneca is exactly that. I gotta say,
That wasn't the word I focused on.
amazing job from Seneca. Like I said, as much as I love Waterloo, damn, I had a prediction that it was going to be a 7-4, but we might just see a 7-2 if Waterloo are not careful. And here we go. The Fenrir comes out.
Second time today. I'm going to say it. Second time for the Fenrir today. I believe it's the second time. I'm going to hold to my guns right now. I'm going to come in later, and I'm just going to let you know that I definitely am correct about this one. I'm feeling confident. And I think Seneca's feeling pretty confident themselves, too. It's match point. It all comes down to this. Seneca is proving to be absolutely, I mean, as Bianca said, impenetrable. Their defense impenetrable. Their offense impeccable. They are absolutely shredding through Waterloo right now on Waterloo's map choice. And they are 1 round away from putting it in the dirt as Guggerton puts Varix in the dirt for the opening round pick. Bianca, everything is on the line right here, right now, in this moment.
Yes, I mean, Waterloo have absolutely no margin for error. They cannot make any mistakes at all. In 4 rounds in a row, knowing how great Seneca's defensive is definitely gonna be a steep mountain to climb. And I'm talking steep, like whatever is the steepest set of stairs you've ever walked up, try that, but double it. Double it, give it to the next. That is what it's feeling like right now. 4 rounds of Seneca defense. I mean, not exactly 4, but definitely a lot, that's for sure. Zosik is going to take that one along with Crayon. Waterloo are going to be at a 3-man while Seneca is also actually going to be at 3 as their player who was knocked ended up getting finished off. And I love the G8 so much. I hope that that people that use IQ use it. I have a bit of a love for them, so I'm glad that Gugger is going to be bringing that out to play with. Still even down playing field, about a minute and a half remaining. Like you said, everything is on the line. Waterloo need to get in there, and they need to get in there fast.
Oogs low on the HP mark. Need to get in there fast is the absolute statement right now if you are Waterloo. 80 seconds separate this team from going into another round, a round 10 scenario, or to just end their entire season right here. Low HPs for Waterloo. Seneca looking healthy. Time ticking down, getting down to the 60-second mark. Pushing right now from the members of Waterloo. They got to worry about it, but Guggerton ends up finding Crayon. Great damage coming in. Oogs trying to clean himself up. 11 HP for Oogs. 6 HP for Guggerton. Another one off the board as Khan ends up falling to Guggerton. And it all comes down to Aiden, the lone defender. Can he make it happen right here? Can he pull out the clutch? Can he put Seneca's season on up and make this a 3rd place victory for Seneca? Or will Waterloo take us on into another round, another series of match points?
Lots of vert being made in just about 20 seconds. Aiden on full HP is going to get taken down to Gug. I believe that's either a 3 or a 4-piece for him. Absolutely on fire. Running IQ and just not even looking where he's shooting a wall bang to have the boys on Waterloo secure themselves that third offensive, not the third offensive win, but their third round win. And so, well, they're a little bit closer to bringing us to OT, but still another 3 rounds to go. Gug auto-locking that IQ says, well, he did great last round. Surely this round will be even better. Going back onto that second floor site, well, the execute that Waterloo was doing, it was okay, but Seneca's defense was just, it was too much for them to handle. And so hopefully this round we'll see Waterloo be able to kind of crack and break that. I think what they really need to do is have another line of sight to move in through, maybe moving in through that visa / head office, whatever, the admin office area, to kind of get the defenders' attention slightly distracted from the main push that they want to make through that single window.
It's such a difficult way to push in right now, and I'm seeing a similar approach, you know? Swapping operators around, and hey, you might be onto something. Finally, we're not seeing the Amaru, we're not seeing the Yings come. Oh, we're seeing the Ying. We're not seeing the Grim. We're not seeing the Grim coming on in, all right? But take a look at this one. We're seeing some different operators. We're seeing a different approach from Waterloo. I like the adjustments getting made. Let's hope it pays off for them. I really want to see them walk away with this one, find another run in the pocket, keep this momentum going, bring us on into an overtime round 3 scenario to close out the season. Honestly, huge potential right now for Waterloo to make it happen. Here we are, though, another match point away from Seneca being crowned your 3rd place victors.
Well, we still, and look, Waterloo are down, but they're not out just yet. I mean, my prediction for a 7-4 isn't too shabby. It's not too far off. We'll see how well that ends up working out. But as to right now, already taking in that admin area, Gug making his way, and he's making his way fast. At just about a minute, that has already gone through into the round, but he's not ready to stop just yet. Unfortunately, he's going to be off that IQ, though, and it seems like Dark is also going to be kind of helping him out, droning him and making sure that he's safe to make his way through, as they are going to be pushing slightly together. I feel like we need another line of sight. I want to see the boys on Waterloo coming in through maybe yellow or something like that. But Gug to take down one will get immediately refragged out by Aiden. And so a 4v4 is what we're looking at. Dark, also very low HP.
Hey, that was a Garton Zosic trade. Honestly, the 2 kill leaders for these teams getting knocked off the board. It could be really huge for either side. Honestly, I'm about to go and grab a coin and just flip it and see how this round is going to finish out now at this point. It's always been like one takes out the other, one takes out the other, survives a little bit longer, and likewise going the opposite way. So 60 seconds remaining in round number 10 here. All comes down to this moment. I'm just, man, they're getting me on the edge. Watch out for the fire, by the way. You don't want to bounce it in your direction. You want to send it the other way towards the opponents, by the way. 50 seconds left. Varix ends up finding Mod, though. One off the board, and Crayon gets fragged on out as Dark gets up the pick. Varix finding himself a second kill. Gets Oogs. Khan finds Dark. 3 versus 1. How ironic, finds Aid and gets himself a kill on the board. 2 members for Seneca, 1 for Waterloo. It all comes down to how ironic. Varix and Khan are ready. They have his number. They're hunting him down. 30 seconds to go. Can the ace do it? Can he be the ace in the pocket of Waterloo? The ace that they need to pull them on out, to pull them on through. Goes down to fake the plant, gets surrounded, knocks one, Khan's down on the ground. Varix needs to come around. Varix needs to find this. He goes for the plant yet again. Varix sneaking on up ever so steadily, swings it, fakes it. 2 seconds, 1 second, go for the kill. He finds it. How ironic, closes out the round. Waterloo are still in it with 0 seconds left on the clock. He gets it.
No way. No way. No way, no way, no way, no way, no way. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Waterloo still in the game when I'm telling you. I can't even hold you. My butt cheeks were clenched for that. I can't believe they just won that. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. That's probably one of the most insane clutches. There had to have been less than a single second remaining on the board. Oh my gosh, how ironic. Wait, did How Ironic get those 3 kills?
It was How Ironic,
all in
yes.
that one round.
Yes.
Oh
How
my
Ironic
god.
was on the struggle bus throughout this map, but definitely found some momentum right there to keep Waterloo in this. It is another match point moment though here, round number 11, staying upstairs for Seneca. And Waterloo though, I gotta tell you, they're putting it all out on the line here where it matters.
Oh my god. Yo, well, How Ironic is putting it on the line where it matters. I mean, this guy was 0-7 pre-last round. That guy got all 3 kills that one round. Can you believe this?
I believe it. I watched it.
Gosh. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, man. Oh my gosh. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, damn, Seneca, y'all gotta tie the knot now to make my prediction come true. But if Waterloo are going the extra mile, I won't be opposed. I won't be opposed. And so, well, bringing us back up to that third floor again. I mean, I would too, considering that they nearly won it. It was so close. We'll see how well Waterloo are going to be able to either win out this round like they did last round because it was extremely close, or Seneca are going to finally be able to tie the knot.
We'll see how this ends up going. Steady pushing, removing as much utility as they can is Waterloo. Marching in as well. They are inside the building, and this is great, honestly. I mean, 60 seconds in, you love to see members moving around, getting aggressive, and trying to just gain map pressure. Varric's lurking around at the front door, does not notice that there are 2 members coming up right behind him. He's aiming out the front. Guggerton's coming around, looking to swing him. Do they end up seeing each other? Okay, Varric's has eyes on the side. Swing comes! Good damage onto Varric's, nothing onto Dark, though. I would be a little bit worried if I were you. Flashes rip on through. Varric's, good luck, my friend. Does he end up surviving? He does for just a moment. Eats a little bit more damage, and ends up going down finally to Dark.
Varric on having the kill going on to Varric is actually insane too, because Varric has honestly been a great contributor to Seneca, especially this game. He's kind of, I feel like, been a little bit of a silent contributor. You don't really, say too much about him, but you know that he's there contributing as best as he can. A great pick to come out, and the trade for Dark, I say, is worth it. Zosik is also going down, which is going to be huge, and it just seems like the walls of Seneca are crumbling down little by little. Seneca at the 2-man disadvantage, or they're going to be able to bring it back. It seems like Waterloo is starting to level up on their offense, and now that they're really starting to cook. And, well, it says what's cooking. Good looking. These Goyos and Tachanka flames are coming out everywhere, but will it stop the boys from Waterloo any longer? 20 seconds remaining, and we gotta make an XE. We gotta make one now. Are they aware that Aiden is over in this catering room?
4 versus 2, make it a 2 versus 3 scenarios. Crayon finds 1, finds 2, evening things on out. A triple kill for Crayon, and there she goes! Seneca are your 3rd place victors. Seneca come out in what an electric end to that round. Man, it all happened so quick. I hope you had your eyes open, because wow, you blink, you miss it. Seneca are your victors tonight.
Oh, well, but guys, guess what? Female intuition, let me knock you right now. 7-4. Y'all already know I said that. I said it was going to be 7-4. And
This
it
isn't
was
pre-recorded.
7-4. But no, this is not pre-recorded,
I
guys.
promise, yeah.
Absolutely not. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It was looking really good for Waterloo, but those final seconds come out, and it's really hard sometimes for you to be able to kind of pull yourself, and that's going to be unfortunate. I did want Waterloo to win, but I'm glad that Seneca did win that last round. That How Ironic one had me literally at the edge of my seat, but Seneca definitely deserved it. They did absolutely amazing, and I think that both teams great, but Seneca definitely came to play on map 3.
Seneca showed up today and looked absolutely phenomenal. I loved every moment of it, and this is the very great series that went the extra mile. Both teams put it all out on the line here. Waterloo had me and you both on the edge of our seats, really thinking that this one was just about to pull itself right on back. I was expecting 6-5. I was expecting 6-6. I was expecting an overtime match here to close out the third map, the overtime map between these two teams. But man, Seneca just came out on top and ended up becoming the decisive team and ended up putting on in. We do have that clutch round in pocket. Let's go ahead and take a look at that and see exactly what went down here. For how ironic. Take a look at this. I really want to keep an eye on the timer and see where we were at with how ironic. Time ticking down. See Varix go for the swing. Oh man. Look at that. That is just wow. Those kind of moments really just go a long way. You have to know you got to go for the push because otherwise you're in such a difficult scenario. What a great play from Waterloo over here, from how ironic. And it really felt like that whole round, or I should say the whole map, he was just in such a difficult position, unable to find his footing, really just came into his own right there in that round.
I mean, that was like we said too. Brother was 0-7 right before the round, so he was getting the kills when they mattered most. And honestly, had they gone OT, I would have been like, "That is crazy." He definitely got the kills when it mattered most. He definitely did, though. When put under pressure, how ironic is like a diamond. The way that he just comes together, it's perfect. Unfortunately, that clutch was all in vain. But I mean, it leaves for an amazing clip because oh my god, even I was so shocked. Like I was just like I was really sitting like, oh my god, I'm sure I was like this close to my monitor like this, like watching it.
Get a little closer.
Oh,
Right, you
100% I
you
would
just
have.
get inside the
No,
game.
I'd
Yeah.
be doing that. I know I literally be doing that though. When stuff gets intense, I'll literally be like this, and I'm sure Prod knows that I'm right up by my camera, just like this. Watch.
That's got to be bad for your eyesight. Well, a phenomenal series between these two teams. A huge congratulations to Seneca for coming out on top in this one. Everybody stay tuned. We do have a post-game interview coming at you. We will be back in just a few moments here with the Canadian Collegiate League. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. To get planted. Uniquely is almost got it 2-2. Actually finds Sonic. Canadian no name finishes off as Pro. The diffuser planted. Bulbous finds Uniquely. Canadian finds actually the 1v1 scenario with the diffuser down. The big wrap coming in from Bulbous. TMU needs to get this one. He's gonna sneak up right behind him. Can he find him? He knows. He gets it, and Canadian finishes it off. Windsor walk away 2-0 tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
He's in piano.
Gridlock is in cigar. Gridlock in cigar. He was on piano. On piano. Oh, nice shot. Oh! Oh!
Taking care of open is for the taking, at least unless somebody comes in and tries to play.
Third time's a charm. There you go. Strike via post. Get that mirror window down. Helio ends up finding a second. But Helio finds a third. 4-2. Ladies and gentlemen, do we see the ace, the quad for Helio? Eyeballs the last. There it is. An ace in the pocket of Helio. Helio is back. TMU is back. We are getting closer, but it is still match point.
Windsor has not picked Monty once. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're in round 4 right now, and so far. I have not seen a single Monty pickup.
Yeah.
Are we, is it an us thing? Do we just like the Monty a lot? Uh-oh. Caught in the rotation hole. Actually, the rotation hole wasn't big enough for you. Uniquely, gonna end up getting the opening pick here of the round for you, Windsor.
And even though it's down to a 2v5, the position they're in right now is so strong that it's gonna be able to get 3 kills! What is going on? air jabs to watch flanks, so they can just get right in there and probably not even have to worry about CCTV or anything. Just get in there.
Crazy
and
flank.
that.
1, 2, 3.
3. Boom, boom, boom. Mod wants you in his room.
Holes from below in sight. One's on the holes, one on the bird holes, one of the people on chassis. Look below you.
Where's last? Where's last?
Below you. Oh shit.
Oh wait, I didn't kill him?
Nice go.
On his cam. Still on his cam. Still on his cam right here. Another one's still on his cam. Off cam.
Oh my fucking god!
Last one's master.
Yo, this guy just hit a fucking clip, bro. Holy shit.
Hold on, let me. Oh my fucking god!
Yeah, idiot. So he's gotta watch out for that. Oh, nice one. That Claymore and Gugger with a quick flick into Fountain. Takes down Otter, and he knows through the wall, and he sees it. That's unbelievable, and he gets the call out from his teammate. There's somebody's above hatch, and he makes the play for it. He drops it. Oh my god!
He gets the ace! What?
Defenders have disabled the bomb diffuser. Bomb diffuser.
I spoke too soon. That was...
Attackers have recovered
30
their
seconds left to go. Diffuser going down. Of course it's a bait. Goes for the pre-fire. Doesn't end up finding it, but wraps. And Helio ends up getting the triple kill, tied up 1-1. But the HP bars would say otherwise. The tuber out full. The buck not at all. Down he goes. The buck ends up finding it. Helio getting another one. Getting the quad. And putting us 1 up for TMU in overtime.
Je sais pas si Georgian peuvent récupérer de ça. Non.
Oui, on l'a vu.
There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. No way, bro!
God, fine, cool.
What are we doing? Georgian! Wake up! Is this our... In there, like swimwear, Fico. Another pick. Arthur le volé. Oh, Fico. Ah, Fico qui fait des wallbangs. Overachieving. Il est tellement bon. Il est tellement bon. Je veux l'arrêter. Ça marque. Watch it box, c'est le dernier. Et c'est là.
Un autre, c'est 0. C'est rock.
What a round. On peut pas plan, on peut pas bon. Ok. Big pig. Big pig. Flankade. Come on.
Dogs. Mr. Augie. What
Forky.
can you
Let's
do?
go!
He's right there on the other side of the wall. You better watch out.
Damn. On a
Going to get planted. Uniquely is almost got it. 2-2. Actually finds Seneca. Canadian no name finishes off as Pro. The diffuser planted. Bulbous finds Uniquely. Canadian finds actually the 1v1 scenario with the diffuser down. The big wrap coming in from Bulbous. TMU needs to get this one. He's gonna sneak up right behind him. Can he find him? He knows. He gets it, and Canadian finishes it off. Windsor walk away 2-0 tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
He's in piano.
Gridlock is in cigar. Gridlock in cigar. He was on piano. On piano.
Welcome back on in, Rainbow Six Siege fans, to our post-match coverage of the Canadian Collegiate League third place matchup. And what an incredible series we just witnessed. Seneca Esports taking a hard-fought victory over the University of Waterloo. It was a match filled with intense rounds, standout performances, and unforgettable clutches. We got some great clips out there for you guys. Go out and clip them some of yourself if you think there were some great moments. And honestly, that really just solidified Seneca's place on the podium. Now, we're excited to be joined by one of the stars of Seneca Esports, Crayon, the captain. Crayon, congratulations on the win, and thank you for taking the time to chat with us today.
Thank you. Thank you. Feels good.
Absolutely.
It's a
So,
quit.
yeah, I'm sure it feels pretty great to win. You know, you guys fought really hard this season. So, what are some of the moments that you're most proud of throughout the season?
I mean, we've been like winning most of our games this season, outside of when we play St. Clair. But you know, we felt like we played pretty well so far. Um, you know, most games we've played, we usually either outright win 2-0 or we play St. Clair and we lose 0-2. So I'm proud that we went down 1-0 today, but we were able to bring it back afterwards, kind of regain our mental.
Awesome. So, you guys played pretty steady. You had some really great moments, feeling confident throughout the season. So, I guess tell me some of the challenges. What are some things that you faced where it felt like you needed to take a step back, you needed to recollect yourselves, and you really needed to overcome these moments?
Yeah, we we came into the season without like any strats or any like we were just kind of running around. We've got like a lot of ranked players on our team, myself included. So you know, we were doing that to start, and then we lost our first game of the season, and that was kind of like, okay, you know, we don't need strats for some teams, but when we're playing tougher competition, we're going to need a little bit more, you know, cohesion. So you know, we came up with some more strats, and you know, every loss has been good in the sense that we're, you know, like learning and what we're doing wrong, and now we're I think we've corrected a lot of our mistakes that we've made throughout the season, so it's gone good.
Awesome. I'm really glad to hear that. You know, looking forward now with this season behind you, what are some goals you have? I would say hopefully next season, CCL2, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna have uh probably a roster change or two. One of
Ooh,
our players is
teasers.
graduating. Well, it's, you know, we'll see. We're gonna hold tryouts and stuff, but you know, the main core of our team's still there. So I still think we're gonna be pretty competitive, and you know, we'll be giving it our all next season. But yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing you guys give it your all. Are there any specific areas or strategies that you're looking to improve on? I mean, you have the core of your team still there, like you just mentioned, but you're going to be going into next season. Where would you like to see some improvements made?
Just kind of you know, I'm sure that you saw a few rounds this game where we we overheated a little bit, I overheated a little bit. You know, that kind of stuff happens. It's just kind of like, in a lot of rounds that we lose, we have an advantage at one point. We just need to kind of like relax, and you know, that's also on me as like the IG. I need to tell everybody to like relax and reset and everything. But other than that, I feel like we're playing pretty well for the most part. So
No, I can definitely see there were moments in that game where your opponents, they looked phenomenal. I have to say, they really just found some moments where they were able to strip away at you guys and just pick you apart. I'm talking like Oogs on the Kali on Night Haven. What were some
yeah.
thoughts? That felt scary to watch.
Yeah, that was we were kind of surprised by the Cali pick there, but and we brought it ourselves because, you know, they banned the Ash. That was, you know, I'll give credit to Waterloo. They played really well today, but and they definitely threw us for a loop in the first map. I think I think we kind of adapted well afterwards. But it was, yeah, it was like, you know, they threw a lot of stuff at us that we weren't really used to seeing, and even on Clubhouse, like they had some crazy kitchen strat that I've never seen before. So, um, you know, that was an interesting thing. But they played well. Credit to them. Yeah.
Absolutely. It kept you on your toes. And, you know, let's talk a little bit about some of your members. Varix looked phenomenal here on the last map. There was somebody who really stood out to me, though, throughout all three maps was really Zosik. He had an incredible series. He's been a standout throughout the season. What kind of a performance does he bring to the team?
Yeah, Zosik is kind of like our wild card player. You know, I don't have much of a leash for him on him. You know,
I would
I
say.
kind of let him, you know, do what he does, and you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but you know, it works more often than not, so I let him do it. And you know, I've been I guess like trying to incorporate more just like letting my team do their own thing a little bit. I think when I was like making strats and we started, using them, I think Varix himself, he really struggled with following the strats, and like you could see from map 1 to map 2 and 3, I was like, you know what, Varix, just let loose, like swing what you got to swing, peek what you got to peek, just do what you got to do. And he started showing up, and that's kind of like the mentality I have with those two, is they have really, really good mechanics, so I want them to take advantage of that. Like, the odds are they're going to have better mechanics than players on the other team most of the time.
Well, Let Lucy definitely did, especially that 2v1 clutch back there on Consulate in that third and final map. It felt like a really just defining moment for you guys. Really good morale booster at that point. So honestly, with this all behind you, St. Clair, you talked about them. I got to ask you, I got to get some insight. They're going to be going and playing off in the grand finals. They were your opponent in the semifinals, and you said this is a team that has been giving you some grief throughout the season. What are some of your thoughts on their performance and, well, their chances in the grand finals?
I think they're gonna smoke ETS. I'm gonna be honest. I have no beef with ETS, but they're just a very good team. And yeah, our group, I think, was relatively easy. And the only team that really gave us trouble was St. Clair. And I guess we lost to York too, but I'm not gonna go into that either. But yeah, like that's St. Clair's just a really good team, and I would say they're gonna win, but you never know.
Absolutely. St. Clair really put on a good showing. And honestly, you guys today, this is about you. You guys looked absolutely phenomenal. So I got to ask you, is there anything last you'd like to say to your fans out there, the people who've supported you throughout the season and in this third place matchup?
Yeah, I'd just like to shout out our two support players, Con and Aiden. They've Aiden in particular, he had a really rough first map, and he really bounced back and had some really impactful rounds, just like the last round in Consulate. He was played really well, and same with Con. Con struggled on Consulate, but he was really effective on the first two maps. So shout out to them. They don't get as much love as the rest of us, I'd say, but yeah, that was a fun game.
Absolutely. Truly a team effort. I'm really glad you guys were able to bring it together and you were able to walk away third place. It's got to feel really great. Crayon, thank you very much coming on out here doing this with me. Let's go ahead and take a look real quick at the bracket to see what the matchup is going to look like for next week, Monday. That is right. St. Clair Saints going up against ETS Esports, the grand finals of CCL of the Canadian Collegiate League season number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, it is happening Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Look forward to it. Super exciting stuff. Until then, though, I have to say, what a phenomenal night has been. Congratulations one final time to Seneca Polytechnics. You guys played phenomenal today. And shout out to University of Waterloo for a great performance. We will see you all next week, Monday, for the grand finals matchup. Until then, I'm Zach Vexel. You all have yourselves a good night.